Good morning. It's a brand new week, and you're very welcome to today's edition of the Morning News. Now, the headlines. Northern Command of the Ghana Armed Forces reiterates its preparedness to protect the country's borders. Health Minister Kwabena Minta Akando warns government will by the end of February 2026 remove from all the payroll all medical doctors who refuse postings to rural communities. And also coming up, Minister for Foreign Affairs Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa expected in Kyiv, Ukraine, for high-level talks aimed at securing the release of a Ghanaian prisoner of war. And now the details. The Northern Command of the Ghana Armed Forces has reiterated its preparedness to contain any violent situation along Ghana's northern borders. After conducting long-range patrols in the eastern part of the Upper East region, the military urged border residents to remain vigilant and report any suspicious movements. Castro Senyala was with the military and has filed this report.
By 9 a.m., the military patrol team was already out on its long-range patrols along the borders with Burkina Faso and Togo. From Bazwa, the team patrolled villages in border areas such as Kulungugu, Wedana, Pusiga, and Polmankom. The patrols involve both ground troops and mobile surveillance teams who monitor cross-border movements and engage local communities.
We heard about it. So if you see people on motorbike, plenty, or even like the way we are moving and we are carrying weapons, they are already on their laptop, they cover their face.
Following the recent killing of Ghanaian tomato traders in Burkina Faso, fear has gripped residents in Ghana's border communities. Speaking during the patrols, Brigadier General Walanyo Agwebo said the long-range patrols form part of the Ghana Armed Forces' continued operations to safeguard national security.
Based on the situation in Burkina Faso recently, there have been a lot of commentary that they are fighting along the Ghana-Burkina Faso border. The situation there is not good. It is causing fear and panic. The incident did not happen anywhere close to Ghana border. Notwithstanding that, we decided to continue our border patrols to see what is happening, assure the locals, deter any movement of the terrorists in case they are planning something, assert our authority in the general area, and finally,
border towns continue to live under a cloud of fear as extremist violence surges across neighboring Burkina Faso and Togo, stifling trade and threatening lives. Brigadier General Agwebo urged residents to collaborate with the Ghana Armed Forces and other security agencies by reporting suspicious cross-border movements.
And we will only continue to seek the cooperation of the locals. See something, say something, and do something. And now I do something that tell the assemblyman, let the assemblyman call, because our numbers are all over the place. They'll call the commanding officer, and then we take action from there.
The patrol team also visited military positions in the Boko general area to assess their effectiveness in the peace restoration efforts. After the visit, Brigadier General Agwebo noted that appreciable calm has returned to Boko.
For some time now, we have never had serious fighting within the two major feuding parties. However, that doesn't mean that a few skirmishes once in a while doesn't take place.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Armed Forces Northern Command has begun the basic non-commissioned officers tactical course at the 12th Mechanized Battalion in Sandema for over 100 selected soldiers.
This course will be intense and physically demanding. Therefore, you are urged to endure and put in your maximum.
Castro Senyala
because the
TV3
output
News,
of this course
Paul Malcolm.
And still on security, Ghana's Minister for Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, is expected in Ukraine later this week for high-level talks aimed at securing the release of a Ghanaian national currently held as a prisoner of war in Ukraine. Our Foreign Affairs correspondent, Martin Esiedu-Date, has been exploring the options available to Ghana on what is expected in these negotiations.
Ghana's foreign minister's visit follows a formal invitation from the Ukrainian foreign minister, Andriy Sybiha, who confirmed in a tweet that we have noted Ghana's concern and request for the return of a Ghanaian citizen who was captured in a combat zone as a Russian mercenary. Ghanaian diplomats will be granted access to prisoners of war upon their request in accordance with international humanitarian law, and we stand ready to discuss this issue in a substantive manner. Unquote. Ghana's Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed that the citizen is indeed a Ghanaian who traveled to Moscow on 7th of July 2024, where he signed with a unit of the Russian military and was participating in combat operations in Ukraine's Zaporizhia region. In a tweet to acknowledge the invitation, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, the Foreign Affairs Minister of Ghana, said the Ghanaian government will continue to prioritize the safety and welfare of all our citizens, regardless of how challenging it might be. We cherish our strong, cordial relations between Ukraine and Ghana. Unquote. But a few factors will determine the successful release of the captured Ghanaian who was fighting for Russia against Ukraine. He now is a prisoner of war under international law and not a civilian. Ghana and Ukraine have maintained positive relations since 1993, including cooperation on education and student mobility. This diplomatic goodwill helps open the negotiations. The Geneva Convention that protects prisoners of war is what Ghana is hoping to trigger as it seeks the release of the captured man. Under international humanitarian law, particularly the Geneva Convention, combatants captured in armed conflict are considered prisoners of war and are entitled to humane treatment, protection from prosecution for taking part in hostilities and eventual repatriation once active hostilities end. This Ghanaian is not the only African involved in a war that is millions of miles away from the continent. Recent verified intelligence suggests that over 1,400 citizens from 36 African countries have been recruited to fight on the Russian side, many ending up as prisoners of war in Ukraine. The Foreign Affairs Minister has used the opportunity to advise Ghanaian youth against being enticed into foreign conflicts. Martin Esiedu-Date for TV3 News, Accra.
And now in health, the Health Minister, Kwabena Mintah-Kandor, has reiterated government's firm decision to remove from the payroll all medical doctors who have refused postings to rural communities by the end of February this year. According to the minister, the move forms part of broader efforts by the Ministry of Health to address persistent shortage of health professionals in underserved communities.
Actually, those who were posted like 2 years ago obviously are working at their various places. But since I took office as a minister, we insisted that we were sending these 700 people to their districts. And so we gave them some timelines, we gave them the opportunity to support opportunities. I have followed up to the regions, we have appealed to the DCEs, regional directors, chiefs, ministers, to be able to give them a befitting accommodation, some allowances. Some regions are doing it. So we think that you cannot be receiving salaries whilst you've not reported. If there's a genuine concern, why not? But so far, I have not seen any genuine concern. Any part of this country is a country, so it's part of Ghana. And so we think that the people must go to wherever they are needed most. And so by the end of February, if you have not reported, we'll take your name out of the payroll, and then the vacancies left, we'll still advertise the vacancies, and we'll look at the next batch. Those who are willing and ready to go to those areas, we'll let them go and fill those capacities. So we're not going to compromise on that one at all. Unfortunately, sorry, we can't do anything about it.
And now to some news on agriculture. Pepper farmers at the Zare irrigation farms in the Bolgatanga municipality of the Upper East region are facing devastating losses. Large quantities of ripe pepper are rotting on their farms due to the lack of a ready market. Here is a report by Upper East regional correspondent Tanko Mohammed Rabiu.
Land stretching from Bolgatanga municipality through the Tono irrigation farm belt to Via in the Bongo district are used for vegetable production, mainly pepper, tomatoes and onions. The farmers undertake year-round irrigation farming using the facilities of the irrigation company of the upper region through the Via Dam and its canal systems. Acres of ripe pepper are yet to be harvested, as the farmers say there are no buyers. We were farming tomatoes and buyers stopped purchasing them and rather went to Burkina Faso. Now we have shifted our energy and attention to the production of pepper, yet there is still no market for it.
We don't understand. If you go to Bolka market, there's a choke every place, in every place, about 400,000 acres. Every place, no market. Look at the place, look at the thing. You see, so we don't know how are we doing. This thing, we went and borrow money. So how are we covering it? Look at the way the pepper has risen. We can't get market. So how am I farming next time? So government to come to our aid.
There are also no proper storage facilities to help reduce post-harvest losses. The farmers say they borrowed money to invest in the production of the vegetable, and if nothing is done to get the pepper off the farms, they will lose their investment.
Instead of them buying for us to get profit, then they normally buy at any price they want. Even you can be plucking the pepper without knowing the price. After that, they will come and then loot, go to Accra or Kumasi. Then they will take more than 1 week before they will bring you the money. Another challenge is the water. The water here for us, we can't get water to water our fish.
The situation, they say, is reducing confidence in the youth to take up farming, as after weeks of tilling the land, buyers are not often found.
And now pressure is mounting on government to pay severance packages to more than 700 former employees of the State Housing Corporation who were laid off between 1990 and 1999. The former workers, many of whom are now elderly and in poor health, say they are struggling to afford basic medication and health care.
The State Hotels Corporation, established by Kwame Nkrumah, comprised 11 hotels across the country. They included the Ambassador Hotel, the Star Hotel, the Continental Hotel, the Meridian Hotel, Atlantic Hotel, City Hotel Kumasi, King's Hotel, Cape Coast Catering Rest House, Tamale Catering Rest House, and Sunyani Catering Rest House. Out of 740 staff laid off when government ceded ownership of the hotels to private groups and individuals, 599 have so far been identified as claimants. Of the 599 identified, 212 have died, leaving 387 surviving former workers still awaiting payments. Successive governments have failed to settle their severance packages. In 2016, the Tama High Court ordered government to compensate the 599 ex-workers and to pay interest at the prevailing bank rates. Although the previous administration approved the payment, the directive has yet to be implemented. A consultant to the group, Nani Welbeck, is calling on government to act without further delay.
I have booked several times to go and see the minister and discuss the situation, because the number of people who are the claimants, majority of them are dying. So far, about 213 of them have died. So out of 599, we have only 388 alive currently. If you are not very careful, very soon all of them will die, and then the money will be paid into ghost accounts.
For SK Zanu, a former employee of the then Continental Hotel, the pain of being laid off remains vivid decades later.
That day we were there when they called us. They said the place has been diverted, so we all should go home. We go home with empty hands. We find it very tough. So there from there, I'm doing liberal work at different hotels, from hotel to hotel. And we decided that we should see government to do something about it, and we take the case to court. And luckily, we won the case. Then they said they should have paid us. And then from that year, almost some years now, they are just tossing us up and down. I'm one of the committee members. We were 7 people who lead the case. Now it's only 2 of us alive. All the 5 have passed away.
Their demand remains clear: immediate payment of their severance and accrued interest before more lives are lost while waiting.
And now the Black Volta River, which serves as a vital source of water and livelihood for thousands in northern Ghana, was on the brink of collapse due to rampant illegal mining activities on the river. But the deployment of Blue Water Guards is bringing renewed hope for this lifeline. Christopher Amwako has more in the following report.
The Blue Water Guards initiative, launched by the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry in 2025, aims to protect the country's water bodies from pollution and degradation. Trained by the Ghana Navy, these guards are equipped with skills in surveillance, water monitoring, and enforcement tactics to combat illegal mining activities.
We have seen some attempts by youth and also some coming from other neighboring countries to mine on the water.
For the people living along the Black Volta Basin in the Bole district, the Black Volta is more than just a river. It is their life. The water used to look terrible and dangerous for our consumption due to the galamsey operations, but now we are able to drink and even do business with the water. The water guards are trying, but it's not enough. The deployment of Blue Water Guards has already shown promising results. The guards patrol the river to ensure that illegal miners operating on the river are dealt with. But this is not without challenges.
Now, the Blue Water Guard operations team have just arrived at the river bank to undertake an operation on the river because of an intelligence they gathered that some galamseyers are on some portions of the river. Unfortunately, having arrived here, there is no canoe for them to ply this water to undertake this operation.
Anytime we come for an operation on the Black Volta, it's always difficult for us to cross because a lot of challenges are facing. We don't have the boat. At the same time, no life jacket. So when you come and the enemy jump into the water, it becomes hard for you to trace. Sometimes the machine is inside the water working. That is the galamsey operators. So it's hard for you to take a boat and trace them because the fishermen, when you come and ask them to trace, they will tell them no, because when they send you there, it will be a problem between them and the galamsey people too.
The guards patrol the river to ensure that illegal miners operating on the river are dealt with.
As you can see now, the water is clean. I think when we came, we saw some boys fetching water with Motor King here. At first, I'm not sure you can be able to drink that water, but for now, it's very clean. That is why you see those boys coming to fetch the water for their domestic purposes.
Through their operations, illegal mining activities have decreased and water quality has improved. Despite the distribution of some motorbikes and other logistics to the Blue Water Guards by the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry, challenges such as non-availability of a speedboat and life jackets still persist. This, according to the guards, is affecting their smooth operations.
Some of the machines always be in the water. We're supposed to go and bring it out but we cannot go there. So we are still praying for him that he should try and best and give us these things, and the boat and the life jacket.
Since the inauguration of the Blue Water Guards in the Bole district in August 2025, about 40 Chamfam machines, 10 water pumping machines, and a tricycle have been impounded and destroyed. Coordinator of the operations in the Bole Enclave, Tahiru Omega, expressed optimism that the operations will continue to fully restore the water bodies and the environment.
Previously, if you came here, you would have seen that the water is milky or brownish. But today, it is clear and people are using it for their domestic activities. Even the Ivorian government has tapped it here to Bona, where people drink and use it for their domestic or everyday activities.
The Blue Water Guards have been actively supporting the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat, NIMOS, in nationwide operations. The Black Volta area is officially recognized as a critical water body, and all illegal mining activities in this area are prohibited.
The Bole area in the Savannah region is noted for its galamsey operations, especially on the Black Volta River. The miners deposit heavy metals like mercury and cyanide, which are dangerous for human consumption. Well, as a country, sustainability has always been a cause of concern. It is the hope and belief of hundreds, if not thousands, of residents living along the Black Volta River that the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources will continue its Blue Water Guard program to clean the Black Volta River. Christopher Mwako, TV3 News, Chache, Bole.
They left Ghana to pursue opportunities abroad, but their ties to home have never weakened. From remittances to investments and expertise, the diaspora remains a vital force in national development. Now, a proposed constitutional amendment could allow dual citizens to hold high public offices, sparking a fresh debate about identity, loyalty, and the future of leadership in Ghana. Enyonam Haliga has more in the following report.
For years, Ghanaians living abroad have been sending more than just money back home. But despite their contribution, the law has drawn a line. Under Article 8, Clause 2 of the 1992 Constitution, Ghanaians who hold citizenship in another country are barred from occupying certain high positions, including ambassador or high commissioners, chief of defense staff, inspector general of police, and other key national security positions. Supporters of a proposed amendment say that restriction no longer reflects today's Ghana.
If you want to be able to attract the needed talent, the needed resources, the needed skills to move nation Ghana forward, we should not create any barrier for any Ghanaian, whether a person holds a dual or doesn't hold a dual citizen. So we are not saying that a Nigerian should come and naturalize in Ghana and want to go and sit in parliament. No. I mean, look at our criminal law, look at Act 30 and Act 29. I mean, if you're a Ghanaian who commits a crime in Ghana, anywhere, you can be brought back to this country and you answer for it. And so you don't need to be a dual citizen or otherwise to run away from the law.
They argue that if dual citizens can build businesses, create jobs, and contribute to national development, why should they be excluded from serving at the higher levels? But not everyone is convinced. Legal experts warn that constitutional amendments are never simple. Allegiance is not just symbolic, it's foundational. National security, loyalty, and integrity of leadership remain sensitive concerns.
Great mind as such should not be prevented from occupying a position or should not be forced to either repudiate or his other citizenship before he's allowed to occupy a position. So I think, yes, it's high time we do that. However, we should maintain for maybe key positions like presidency, maybe the presidency, the vice presidency, the speaker, and then the CJ. Those ones, we can do that. Even in the US, if you are a dual citizen, you can't come close to the White House.
On the streets, Ghanaians are split.
I'm not okay with that because those have cars and those kind of things, if he came to here, they don't respect us because they think that they are white and their color is different. So if we are working with them and all those things, they don't even respect us at all. So me, I'm not okay with that.
We wouldn't like them to come and use their authority on us. We are here, we know what is going on here. So opposition in the country should be the indigenous who are here. It's not somebody who is out there who come and be putting laws on us. I won't prefer it.
At its heart, the debate goes beyond passport. It raises a deeper question. What does it truly mean to belong? Enyunam Haliga, TV3 News, Accra.
And that's it for the morning news today. We're going to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you the rest of TV3 Newday. Stay tuned.
#. When you dial, you choose option 2, increase the number of tickets you have, become one of those lucky winners. And let me say good morning to Chairman Godwin Tamaklo. He is the Group Chief Executive for the RAID Group. Thank you for joining us as always, alongside your wife. I have Pai Fianku. Pai Fianku is Finance Boss for Engineers and Planners. And Engineers and Planners is owned by Ibrahim Mahama. That's a business mogul. Chairman Ibrahim Mahama, good morning to you. And your lead driver is Alhaji Nuruddin. Great guy. Rafiq Mama and the rest of the team. Chairman Prosper. And Charlie, now, what was dominant in the news?
Accra House of Oak.
Yesterday, was it yesterday morning?
Yesterday,
I was watching your TikTok and then you were saying, you were giving people, you were saying Hearts was going to play much. So
Yes. Yesterday we played against Berekum Chelsea at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium.
How did they go? How did they follow?
Well, it was a disappointing draw.
Okay.
It was
a draw is a disappointment for us.
I mean,
Continental Club Masters.
Exactly. Against Berekum Chelsea, we expected a straight, simple win, even though the referee did us bad.
Yeah.
We didn't score any goals. So a lot of us left the stadium a little heartbroken. But our players, I should say, played a very good game. It was a good game, all right? We should have won, but we didn't. But still, we never say that.
So, across the whole, when is your next match?
Next weekend again.
Next weekend.
You support Kumasi Asante Kotoko?
Yeah.
Since when?
Oh, since my childhood.
Really?
Yes.
I see. Well, you won your match.
Yes.
Yeah. Against Young Apostles. 2-0. Yesterday also.
And you had been teasing us since the last week.
Oh, I wasn't teasing you. Yesterday, by the way, we associate with yesterday's win. Because Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they are our besties.
Yeah.
Besties of Accra Hearts of Oak. So we associate with yesterday's win. And I should say, by the way, since I started going to the stadium for GPL matches this season, attendance to the stadium has been very poor. However, yesterday's attendance was very good. So shouts to, especially the Accra House of Oak supporters who came to the stadium yesterday. Shouts to you. There were so many. I mean, the Accra House of Oak side was full. I can't say about the Berekum people. The Berekum Chelsea fans didn't really come out yesterday. Well. So, shouts to Accra House of Oak for coming out yesterday. But for our next matches, I mean, whichever side you support, come and cheer your side on. It's great to see sports fans at the stadium. We need more of that. By the way, Roland, you didn't comment on our new sofa. We have a new sofa. We have new furniture.
Yeah.
It's looking really nice.
Very colorful.
I picked this outfit to match the
Yes.
new. Yeah.
They told you.
Yeah.
Okay, that you should wear
I called
a matching
you,
outfit.
but you didn't pick up.
I didn't pick up.
You didn't
yes.
pick up.
I apologize.
To wear a matching outfit.
I apologize.
Match
I actually don't have a color like this.
Oh, you
because
don't?
I really don't like colors like this.
This is our producer, Shadrach. This is his theme color.
Oh, okay.
So he likes to wear nude.
So what
colors.
color is it? Is it nude?
It's nude. Yeah,
nude.
It's brown. It's a shade of brown. Nude. He likes to wear nude colors. So when he was picking the couch, he picked brown. And so please get an outfit this color so you can match the theme of the show.
Yeah.
The theme of the show is nude.
Nude
themes. Nude colors.
All right.
And it was Mr. Soa's birthday over the weekend. It was Mr. Soa's birthday over the weekend. Our cameraman in studio.
Chris Soa.
Yeah, you see his tie today.
He's in a tie.
Yeah.
Chris Soa, one of our lead camera technicians. Good morning to you, and then happy birthday.
Yeah.
We love you as always. Please know that irrespective of how you think that we don't acknowledge you, technical people, we really do love all of you. And thank you for always making it a point to make sure we look good each morning.
Yeah.
Because the filters in the morning, on the cameras, don't all of you see how wrinkled I am. So that's a good thing.
Roland, you're not wrinkled.
Anyway, what do we have? You know the finance.
No, I'm not done. Roland, you're not wrinkled. You've looked exactly the same way.
It cannot be
since
true.
Since as far back as I
don't be on my case this morning, please. Let's move.
Roland, it'll be a very long time before you find a wrinkle on your face. But still on Chris Soa, before we go on to other things, like you were saying, sometimes it appears we don't really appreciate our technical crew, but we do. Mr. Soa, we appreciate and love you so much. I specifically want to speak about an assignment I was out on with Mr. Soa to Bujumburam. sometime last year during a decongestion exercise. And my producer and I arrived, Oliver and I arrived, and we were trying to figure out what to do. Mr. Sowa took over, like, the production. He knew exactly who we should talk to, where we should go to, the community leaders. He made our work so easy. And Oliver and I were so grateful to Mr. Sowa on that day. And so, Mr. Sowa, we love and appreciate you, all the good work that you do here on TV3 Newday and on the channel, on TV3. And from that day, I mean, that experience I had with Mr. Sowa on that assignment, it just took the appreciation and respect I have for you to the next level. So I hope you had a wonderful birthday over the weekend. And Shadrach and Anita, we need cake. We need cake for Mr. Sowa today on the show. Anyway, that said, let's get into what we have for today.
Vote of thanks and tribute. Anyway, so this morning I want to talk about dual citizenship and holding public office and all that, because it's been an issue. We know that there are key landmark cases when it comes to our jurisprudence on the subject. We have dual citizenship for many citizens of Ghana, but at the end of the day, the point is, can you ascend to the highest political office of the land, as well as other political offices within the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature? Yes. And we want to discuss that. What do citizens and ordinary viewers of ours think about it? Can we have dual citizens take up positions to become members of parliament, ministers? Is this something that's agreeable to us at the moment? It's been an argument for decades, or since the inception of the Fourth Republic. So we want to take a look at that. So we'll be discussing that for this morning segment. And then, of course, the finance minister made an announcement that as a part of the DDP, or the restructuring of the bonds that took place at the domestic level, they've been able to pay about 10 billion of it. And so we want to ask the question, is it because we have prudent fiscal management or discipline, or is just by compulsion? Because we have this with our creditors, we need to do that. And then, of course, we'll be talking about the finance minister heading to the offices of the GRA as well as the long room in Tema, because they had impounded trailers on top with goods that had been diverted into some areas without paying taxes, etc. So we'll take a look at holistically all that issue this morning. Yeah.
All right. And then in sports, of course, we're going to look at all the happenings over the weekend. Yesterday, Arsenal did us so proud. Of course, Arsenal did us so proud. We've still got our eyes on the cup, and it's going to happen, inshallah. Also, on the local front, the GPL matches are still on. Yesterday, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, there are people proud, our besties, so proud against Young Apostles with that 2-0 victory, and it was such an easy win. In the first few minutes of the game, the first goal came in, and then the second goal came in, and they went into halftime leading in that game. And then the second half came, and Young Apostles still remained young and didn't score any goal. Then at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, of course, Accra Hearts of Oak and Berkum Chelsea came head-to-head. It was a tough game. Accra Hearts of Oak was the better side, of course. But unfortunately, there were no goals. It was a rather disappointing goalless draw. And our goalkeeper, by the way, Asari, was in top form. I mean, we don't celebrate Asari enough. We don't celebrate Asari.
Is he that good?
He is that good. See, no ball goes past him.
We'll get to see at the World Cup.
No, it doesn't go past him.
Anyway, we'll play some friendlies before the World Cup.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
So shout out to Benjamin Asari and all the wonderful talents that you bring to the game. We see it, we acknowledge it, we appreciate it, and we love you, and we look forward to seeing him at the World Cup.
The number one ambassador for Accra Hearts of Oak now, at the moment.
Yes, we'll be a Continental Club Masters. We're doing it all the way. And so Mutala was at the stadium yesterday. So I'm sure he will join us and bring us all the updates from the world of sports. And then, of course, we'll bring you some more conversations before we wrap up the show this morning. If it's your birthday today, we're going to send you special shouts. And if you haven't cashed out this morning, you want to do so now with a hashtag or dial *439 hash, *439 hash. That's the code to dial, *439 hash. Select option 2 for TV3. And then you can play about 25 to 30 times. It's a Monday. It's a good day to make some good money, okay? So play about 25 to 30 times. And then we will draw and we'll find who our winners are. We're giving away 1,000 CDs to 10 of you on the show today. 10K going out to you. If you spent all of your money on Valentine's, flowers, and chocolates, it's time to make some of that money back. But now we will start with our This Morning segment, and we're talking about dual citizenship and public office. Is this something that we are ready for as a country? It's time for This Morning. And it's time for This Morning. Our phone lines are active. And today we're talking about dual citizenship. So we know that in Ghana, dual citizenship is something that we allow. That means that you can hold a citizenship of another country aside Ghana without losing your citizenship of Ghana. So you can be a citizen of two countries, including Ghana, at the same time. However, the law does not allow persons who want to hold certain high public offices the opportunity to hold such dual citizenships. However, in this month, in fact, for some time now, there have been conversations about a consideration to change this provision in the Constitution, which should allow people who hold citizenships of other countries and Ghana to be able to hold public offices, including members of parliament. So the question is, do we as a people, are we ready for this? Because it raises questions of allegiance. Once you hold a citizenship of another country, including Ghana, does it bring your allegiance to Ghana in question? In situations where you need to choose, in whose favor would you choose? Ghana or that other country? That's the debate that's currently ongoing. Are we ready for this? We have our first caller already joining us. Isabel. Issa, I beg your pardon.
Yes,
Issa
good morning,
from Issa, good morning, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, yeah, good morning.
Welcome to the show,
My name
Issa.
is Issa Pole from Bole.
Yes, Issa, great to have you.
Now, if you are a dual citizen of United States or Germany, and you are from Ghana and you are competent, I think it's not bad. You are coming to serve your country and you are coming to serve your people. I don't see it to have a problem. As far as you have expertise that you can bring on board for the governors to move well, I don't think it's a right call. But Roland and I've been saying this always. I'm appealing to Energy Minister. He's denying we, the people of Bole, life extension. And we voted for President Mahama, and today he has appointed you as Energy Minister. As I'm speaking, I want to speak on my dialect for my people to listen to what I'm telling the Energy Minister. If not, we'll embark on serious demonstration against him.
What is it?
We struggled since 92. We voted for Mahama, and today he's the president of the Republic of this country. As I'm speaking to you, my sister, Energy Minister, Cabre, Bauru Recruitment, Grico, Metco, VRA, Ghana Gas, Tema Oil Refining, Tor, Amki Careful Ministry na. And you won't let you go to John Mahama, chances some Cabre, appoint for Energy Minister. Never neglect the people of Bole, Kumki to a locomo. Bole be a nearby VRA Boasun, Ambani Grico Basun, Ambani Tema Oil Refining, Basun, Filipina. What have we done wrong?
Okay, Issa.
And then embark on serious demonstration against Honorable John Jenapo.
Okay, Issa.
So if you change, we are expected to see contractors in town doing the light extension. If not, we will embark on serious, massive demonstration against you. The time we were voting for Mahama to Parliament, where were you?
Okay,
Where were you? We struggled.
All right, Issa, I think you've made your point. Thank you. Thank you so much for that call. I would entreat you to stay on topic when you call us and also try to keep your points brief so we can accommodate other callers on the show this morning. Yaya is calling us now from Bolga. Good morning from Tamale Central, I beg your pardon. Yaya?
Yes, madam.
Good morning, Yaya. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, madam.
Tell us,
Thank you for
what are your thoughts
participating
on dual citizenship and public office holders?
It's not like a good. It's going to be good. Because that is question direct and what entity did to him. In fact, it's time for our MPs to start reviewing those ones. Other than that, future coming, in fact, we'll attend and get tired. So
I can't really hear you, and I'm not sure if you are speaking on the topic that we put out. Can you hear him? No,
I said,
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, I said,
Yeah, please go ahead. We're talking on dual citizenship and then holding top political public office, like being president, member of parliament, or even becoming the chief justice subsequently, or serving in the Superior Court of Judicature in Ghana, or even holding the positions of being the security chiefs of the various security services we have, the Ghana Armed Forces, the Ghana Police Service, prisons, etc. That's what basically we're talking about.
Okay, we lost him there. Yeah, your connection
I'm not too sure
wasn't
he
so great.
was speaking to a subject.
Yeah.
Not too sure. We have another caller, though.
All right, Daniel. From OEB. Good morning, Yes, Daniel. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. The idea of somebody being a national of two countries, I don't think it's bad. We're talking about capability of the person and the contribution they can make to their motherland. So if I'm from Ghana and by the chance I hope to hold U.S. citizenship, what is wrong with my capability making contribution to the growth of my country if I have the ability? So
the question is about
I hold another citizenship should not deprive me of my contribution to my motherland.
Okay.
If we are not careful, we'll be throwing away our gems and our nuggets away. Meanwhile, that can't have an addition onshom any nipa. If I can contribute meaningfully to Ghana and I'm still holding U.S. citizenship, what does this for?
Okay.
What does it? I mean, what is wrong with that?
Okay.
Everybody knows that I'm Ghanaian. I just have a privilege to serve in another country also. By God's grace and mercy, I've gotten a citizen of that country. What does this for? Allowing me to make meaningful contribution to my country. Just like the two questions case. Look at the money and the effort and what this man went through just to serve his country. And these things let's reconsider our stand again.
All right. Thank you.
Train our human resources away.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that call. And just to draw your attention, I think one of the issues that have come up is the issues of loyalty and allegiance. If you are a high public office holder and you have citizenship of another country in addition to Ghana, it will appear all well and good until you're in a position of conflict where you would have to choose on which side you would lean. The question then comes that would Ghana be your priority since you are equally a citizen of another country? It's one of the questions that has come up. But of course, let us know what you think. Keep your calls coming through. I think, Roland, your bestie is on the line.
Alhaji Binu Yoruba Shele Desaba.
No, Roland.
Alhaji.
Roland, Tijia.
Nah, Gombian.
That's what.
Nah.
Nah. Nah.
First of all, let me send my greetings to Shami Mamusa and he has Bahalaji Alasan and Chairman of Ampofu and Dr. Abukar Wumbi and Honorable Benataya, Professor Deputy Speaker of my Municipal Chief Executive, Hussein Alasan Bagaman, and Chief Furnace. You see, Roland, it be like the question and you have an accent. We need to get the question clear before we answer the question. Each time they ask the question and you don't get the question clear, you can't answer it well.
Okay.
You know that?
Yes, please.
You can't answer it well.
Okay.
I mean, my understanding is that if that anybody can hold the dual citizen card and hold some position in this country. That's my understanding.
Okay.
So you can.
Okay, so you can hold dual citizenship and hold some level of public service office, but you cannot hold a public office within the structure of the executive legislature.
That one is true. We can allow this.
We shouldn't allow it.
We shouldn't allow it.
But we have some Ghanaians who may be of citizenship of other countries, but who were born here.
Yes, if you are born here and you know you stay here, and we also do our things here, that can help us. But you go to state for different countries, even you can support your country, you can support your people. But after you return back into the home, you are now a citizen for there, and you can work. We can work together. Even we can give trust for you. But if not so, and you hold some office, that one I will not accept it. So we need to look how we do our things and do it perfectly. That can help us.
Okay.
If not so, we will sit here, and some people will suffering for the party, and somebody will come from nowhere and saying that he also a Ghanaian, and he came to contest in the petition and win it, and still hold the citizen card, and he have the, and so we should not allow this to go continue. So
well,
anytime we want to make the law, we need to be reasoned before we make our laws.
Well, it's a bill before Parliament, though. So at the end of the day, if there's a proper agreement on a memoranda that's collected or submitted, etc., and then everything goes well, we'll see how that goes. But your input is also very important. Now we have another caller.
Yes, we have another caller joining us. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
I'm this is from Michigan.
All right, welcome to the show. What are your thoughts on this matter?
Yeah, on the issue of hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm calling from Tamale.
From Tamale, great. Welcome.
Yeah. Yes, on the issue of dual citizenship, I think that for me, I see it as unfair if we are going to allow those outside to be holding position in this country. Because if you look at the nature of this country as compared to where they are, it wasn't the same. And secondly, let's ask ourselves, why did that person leave here and go and stay elsewhere? So if you ask yourself this question, you realize that we need to appoint people here, not those outside. Because for them, they don't know the situation that we are facing here. So if you appoint such a person to come and man any institution...
Being a dual citizen doesn't mean you necessarily live in another country. You can continue to live in Ghana while holding the citizenship of another country. So they may actually live in Ghana and be fully aware of the circumstances and the situation that you refer to in Ghana. They just hold the citizenship of another country in addition to their citizenship of Ghana.
I'm coming in the first place. Let's narrow it down. I hear you well, but let's narrow it down to the current issue that we are facing as regards to the Ghana versus the former finance minister. You see, he was able to escape because of this dual citizenship. If he didn't have it, he would have been in this country to face the law that we are asking to calm down and things. But because of the dual citizenship, look at how we mess up our economy and run out into America. So these things give them opportunity to store many things in this country and live.
Okay,
so if we deny them this opportunity, then no one will use his position as a lesson to do us something that will not help us. Then when we realize that it's time for us to start, then he leaves this country. That one day, it will affect us a lot. So we should allow it. So I'm calling the president not to accept this, not to pass this bill. But let me use this opportunity to thank our honorable member Honorable Adajala and Sirili. He is doing well in our constituency. Today, if you come to Tamale North, road construction everywhere, and we have nothing to say but to say big thanks to him for the massive construction that is going on in his constituency. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
All right, thank you for the call. Roland, is Kenoforiata a citizen of America?
No, he's not.
Yeah,
Clearly, if he was, he wouldn't have become the minister.
So please, let's that information that you were putting out is not accurate. So just FYI. All right, let's talk to another caller. Hello. We've lost that caller. All right.
So we have a couple of messages coming through. Let me say good morning to you, Hansen Aquinas, Executive Assistant to the CEO for the MPA. And Hansen Aquinas, you're celebrating your birthday. You celebrated yesterday, so we're giving you great prominence this morning. Hansen's coming from Campbell, everybody else in the office, wishing you all the best for the day. Hansen Aquinas, happy birthday to you. And this one is coming from Albert Noretti, who says that, Roland, and your culture is what you are. Some dual citizens were born and raised in Ghana and are culturally and mentally Ghanaian, so they can serve Ghana in various capacities. Take, for example, the ambassador to South Korea, and you can clearly see that he imbibes everything Ghanaian. And then Mama Huo of the Asogli State says that I love your set. Change is good. Hey. Okay, thank you very much. And Robert Coleman. Robert Coleman is the Chief Executive for Wembley Sports Construction Company Limited. Good morning to you. And since a message says that we thank God for the life of the Gamanche after a fatal accident. We are extremely grateful to the First Lady, Lodina Mahama, for the prompt role she played in his admission at UGMC and treatment. And also to thank His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, for his surprise visit to the King. We, the 8 around the King, are exceedingly grateful, and we hold the first family in high esteem. The King has since been discharged. All Ghanaians are grateful, especially the King himself. Okay, Robert Coleman is here. And
all right, but still on the matter, if you have just tuned in, we're talking about dual citizenship and the holding of high public office, including members of parliament, the president, the chief justice, the chief of defense staff, among others. There is a bill before Parliament. Parliament is considering this, and in fact, it's been a subject of public debate for some time now. The question about whether or not the public office holders who have just been listed can hold dual citizenship. Are we ready for it? Where does it sit with issues of allegiance and loyalty? Let's talk to this caller, and then we'll bring you some more. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm calling from Ashama. My name is Daoud.
Okay.
Good morning, Roland.
Good morning, sir.
And thank you all for the good work doing for our nation, Ghana. First, my greetings to our First Lady, Lodina Mahama, and then His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Okay, it is good to have dual citizenship, but the thing is, people have evil-minded, just as how someone have demonstrated, and we have all seen that being a citizen of Ghana, holding Ghana's passport, and being a whole finance minister of our nation. I'm going to US and come. And now here, we are calling on you to come and then account for your term of office, and that has been a problem. So has he shown a good attitude for us all to say, oh, it is good to have the two, or it is more good, just have your national passport, and then it's over. So it is good, but what our leaders sometimes do is what will make us not to have this opportunity available for everyone. And yesterday, talented kids, the kid that sing, I am a prisoner.
Oh no, we lost you there. I was very interested in what you were just about to say about talented kids. I hope you're able to come back on the phone lines so you can complete that statement. But if you're just joining us, the phone lines are still active. You can call us. Hello? Okay, I think. Did we lose Dr. Friye there? Dr. Friye, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning, Dr. Friye. Great to have you on the show this
Good
morning.
morning.
Thank you so
my
much.
pleasure, and greetings to Roland as well.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So on the subject of dual citizenship and the possibility of high public office holders to have dual citizenship is what has plagued the minds of Ghanaians for a while now. Now, we have a bill before Parliament, and there's also a lot of public discourse on the matter. Is this something that we are ready for as a people?
Well, thank you very much, and to your cherished viewers and listeners as well. This dual citizenship has become something that a lot of people have different views. But you know that in our constitution, at least we have the rule of dual citizenship. At least we've just cut them off from certain kind of rules, and because of reasons of allegiance and national security and loyalty. And that is what made the categorization of some positions not being given out to the that is foreigners, those who hold dual citizenship. But I know this bill is coming in to open it more, or at least to open it up for even MPs and local levels where people from foreign descent, Ghanaians, can also come in. And that is what, for me, I think that we should have maintained what we have, because, some of these dual citizenship positions or roles being given by these people or these foreigners was due to lack of, some skills and some kind of advantages that maybe we can derive from them. And that is why some countries tend to have that dual citizenship. And even sometimes for kind of employment, when some countries realize that they lack some kind of people to work in certain areas, then they just give. So I think that we should be very cautious, that we should not open it up, but we should open up when necessary. So if, for example, we need more specialists in our health sector, we need more in certain areas, then we can open up for new or, let's say, dual citizens to come in. Because if not, you know how our system has been developed. Because in India, as a country where they have a large population, they don't go in. Some countries don't go into this by opening it up because of undivided allegiance to the country. Because now, how will you tell the individual whether he is a Ghanaian or he is an American? What is the person's loyalty? That is critical here. And for national security concerns, it is also very, very relevant for us to look much more and not open up. For example, can you say that a foreigner from maybe Dubai or Saudi Arabian will become a chief justice if you open up as a Ghanaian? So I think we need to be very, very careful in how we open up for our dual citizens to come in to be of help. I believe that we have to look at areas where we need more of their capacity. Some will also argue that they bring a lot of money. But if allegiance, we talk about allegiance in terms of our national security, how will you get more than, let's say, the police? Somebody is a foreigner, let's say, dual citizen. And we talk about the military. So let's talk about our security command? How will we have these when you have somebody who holds dual citizenship? So we need to tread cautiously so that we will not open up more for...
You've mentioned foreigner a few times. So let me ask, when we talk about dual citizens in respect of Ghana, are we referring to Ghanaians who have also taken on the citizenship of another country? Or are we referring to foreigners who have taken on the citizenship of Ghana, or both? And in respect of the holding of public offices, such as the Chief Justice, the President, members of Parliament, and so on, which of these two are we referring to?
The Act need to define who can be dual citizen. But in our part of the world, that is in our constitution, that is the Act. You can say that somebody who is a Ghanaian descent in other country can apply. That is a process. And somebody who is also maybe through naturalization, some people will come in here, stay here. At least we know some Lebanese, Syrians, and then these Asian countries. Some also come in here to naturalize. So these people can be categorized as, especially if they hold, you are supposed to have a nationality. Maybe you hold a certain kind of national. If you don't hold anything and you are born here, that is a different thing altogether. Like we can talk about these. I think I've heard you mention their name, the South Korean ambassador. People are saying that it helps a lot because he's a bad background. But the question is, did he renounce his citizenship of being a South Korean, or before becoming? Yes, because our bill does not support that kind of dual at that level. So that is what we need to look at, because he represents our country in South Korea. At the end of the day, you see, we are talking about security and we are talking about allegiance. That is where our attention should be. So that I believe that certain positions, critically as it states in our Act, should also be considered. If not, I think we might be heading towards opening up our country a lot for other people to come in. Because these advanced countries, they can even get people to come in and stay here and try to use a way of gathering information, or even use to stabilize our country. We have people who can do that. Most of the advanced countries, they can let people come in, hold certain positions for a while, and then they can use that to siphon our information, or maybe use to attack us in a way. So
Doc,
I believe we need to tread cautiously.
Doc, do you see any positives to this? Are there any plus sides to this if this becomes law, that dual citizens can hold high public offices? Would it benefit us in any way?
That is what I'm saying, that we need to look at the other. Why someone who has a dual citizenship should hold a public office at the highest level? Why? And that's what I'm saying, that we need to have in a way where we can, because I believe that in Ghana, where we have grown more than 60 years, we have all the needed skills and capacities maybe that we can use to develop our country. I don't think that we lack a lot in terms of most of our aspects, because this was brought in when some countries realized that they lack certain kind of gaps in certain area of their national life, and that is what they brought in some of these things. So if we have the need to have this, there should be a more justification. But I think that we should tap it to our national leadership, so that it will not be, we will not be having a threat to our national security.
I was asking you if you saw any positives to it, as in you are the expert on the subject. So do you see any positives to it?
Positive in terms of the law, or passing the law, or we benefit as a country?
Yes, passing the law and we benefiting as a country.
It's yes or no, because when you look at that's what I'm saying, that there should be a level where you concentrate on the need. You see, when you want somebody to become a citizen, why do you want the person to become a citizen and hold it? There should be some benefit. So if there's a need for us to have these people coming in, if for tourism, for tourism and other aspects, to gain people to also, at least there are some benefits. When somebody becomes a dual, like I think of late, we have this American guy who came to Ghana, is trying to sell Ghana outside. There are some positive, but I think that we need to make sure that at our highest level, that's where my attention is on. The highest level of our national life, especially the Chief Justice, the three arms of government, those top security, I don't think that we should still maintain that. And at our lower level, we should let people come in and be free to support our national development.
All right, Doc. Roland. All right, Doc. Well, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your thoughts on the matter.
And congratulations to Roland.
All right.
Thank you very much. I wish you a good day.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Okay. Okay, bye.
All right, Roland, congratulations. All right. So we're still going to take a couple more calls, and then we're going to move on to big issues. Do we have more messages coming?
Yeah. So you take something on Vitality.
All right, let's talk about Vitality Health Insurance. It's inviting all corporate institutions, associations, groups, and more to be part of our medical plans, cut down medical expenses, and enjoy good and quality health care at any of our facilities which is near you. For more information, please visit us on www.vitalitymh.com. www.vitalitymh.com. I'll give us a call on 026-657-3200. All right. That's it for this morning's segment. When we come back, we'll bring you the big issues. Stay tuned.
But we also have our guest right here. So let me quickly just do the introduction. I have the CEO for the MPA right here, Lawyer Duji Tamaklo. Good morning to you. Lawyer Duji, how are you?
Good morning to my colleagues.
Okay, and then Lawyer Apia Dankwa is also here. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning, Ro.
Of the United Party, and from the MPP I have Rex Jemfi. It's Rex, isn't it? Richard Jemfi. Yes. Richard Jemfi is here. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
And then Dr. Bernard Tutubuahin is also here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Right. And there are related subject matters that we want to discuss this morning. The Finance Minister has just made the announcement that for those who had their bonds restructured under the domestic debt exchange program, 10 billion partly of the balances have been paid. That also means or begs the question, why are we getting these results? Is it because of prudent economic management, fiscal rationalization, or expenditure rationalization, so to speak? But importantly, how do we make sure that we stay on track and not go off gear? Not only with the IMF, but other lines of expenditure, knowing the pressure that's on the public purse for the finance minister and government generally to be able to do more. But critically, how do we put all that into perspective? So we'll be doing that. And then we will also take a holistic look at other related matters when it comes to all the subjects that are being talked about in relation to the diversions that are being witnessed, the trader fronts and other sectors of the economy. You know, the finance minister again said that there was a transit diversion of some trailers, on top of that having some goods. And that diversion also means that they don't pay the right sort of taxes, etc. How do we put all that into perspective? There's a conversation on dual citizenship. I don't know whether my guest could take a sneak peek on that as well. But, you know, it's always a very thorny issue. There currently is a bill in Parliament. And Eduji, if you could, even though it's not up for discussion, we discussed that for our morning segment this morning. It looked to be eliciting some responses from citizens. Some say that for security reasons, national security, etc. I don't know what's your mind on it, since you're a lawyer as well.
Okay, so once again, good morning to you. Good morning to my colleague or my learned colleague. And Jimmy, right? Yeah. Yes, my first time meeting you. And good morning to Professor from Winneba. That said, I think that we find ourselves in quite an interesting situation where a Ghanaian born to Ghanaian parents, but it is naturalized maybe to the US of A. And we are saying that by reason of that arrangement, that person is denied the opportunity of holding certain positions. Let me point out that it would have been extremely difficult for Barack Hussein Obama to become president of Ghana than becoming the president of the United States of America, because Ghanaian law would have immediately disqualified him from becoming president. But there's a history in Ghana. If you recall, there's a man called Bilson. When the NDC in 1992 decided that Jerry Rawlings was going to be the NDC flag bearer for the 1992 election, Bilson went to the High Court with a writ saying that Jerry Rawlings, by reason of the fact that the father was a Scottish or from the United Kingdom, was disqualified by reason of the fact that dual nationals could not hold certain key positions in this country. It took a High Court judge to, as it were, put stop to that mischief, where the High Court judge reasoned that Jerry Rawlings, having risen through the military to the point at the point he was even the head of state, having taken the oath of allegiance on many countless times and defended the republic as a military officer, it was unconscionable to now raise the point that by reason solely of the fact that the father is Scottish, he was barred from holding certain key positions. And that is how the application Bilson took to the High Court was dismissed. And eventually, Jerry Rawlings went ahead to win the 1996 election, proceeded to become the president of Ghana for 2 terms. Can any one of us here say Jerry Rawlings was less patriotic? No. And in any case, which one of us decided who our father will be? Which one of us decided that this will be the woman who will be my mother? And so, some of the laws that we make becomes anti-progressive. Yes, there's a critical issue that, when you have a situation where there is a dual national holding a key position, the person can run away, having served this republic, and for that matter, on issues of accountability and the rest, you need to keep set people out. Why? Is Ken Ofori-Atta not a full-blooded Ghanaian?
I don't understand. What's that got to do?
No, people have raised the point that one of the reasons why dual nationals should not be allowed to hold certain positions is that they can easily run away or go back to the other country and accept their citizenship for the purposes of not being accountable. And I'm saying that as we speak, Ghana's former finance minister is in the US of A, denying himself the benefit of even accounting for his own leadership and stewardship. And so that argument, even a full-blooded Ghanaian can still do it. As we speak now, our former minister for finance is in the US. He had applied to the State Department for asylum. What about that?
Well, the response was if dual citizenship was allowed, then he could have asserted his rights of
No, but now he's going into asylum, so the reverse is the case.
Because if you are asserting your right as a U.S. citizen, it's not the same like you now making the application.
But at least there's an application. So I am just saying that you can never be clear as to how a man will conduct himself tomorrow. But what we cannot do is to say we are denying people the opportunity of holding certain critical public offices simply because, look, there arose in this country a very powerful minister for foreign affairs. The mother is not a Ghanaian, but the father is. And she has served this country, and she is still serving this country in many, many other respects. What about that? So please, I strongly believe that patriotism can be tested in different forms and shape.
Okay. You want to have a bite on this before we speak on the DDEP?
Yeah, so let me wish your lovely viewers a good morning. Wish my learned friend and brother Eduji a good morning, and Mr. Jenfi, former party member, a good morning. And my prof here, a good morning. I sincerely think that we have the best chance of developing as people when we open ourselves to tapping into the best talents available to us. And my personal view is that it shouldn't matter whether the person also is a citizen of another country. Because, you see, essentially, the reason why most of our compatriots have sojourned to other places is to seek for greener pastures. For most of them, if the system here was solid, there was no way they would have gone. And I think we'll be making a mistake if we say that by reason only of the fact that they have procured for themselves citizenship elsewhere, then we don't want to tap into their talent, we don't want to tap into their vast experience in developing our country. Indeed, Ghanaians have done very well and are continuing to do very well all over the world. I think the guy or the person who developed the transport system, and I think in one of the cities in Germany, is a Ghanaian. We have people like Dr. Thomas Mensah, who
the late
Dr. engineer. I'm presuming that supposing someone like him has a dual citizenship, are you going to say that because of that, by reason of only of that, you won't tap into his vast experience and his intellect in developing our country. So personally, for me, I don't think it should be an issue. Once the person has the ability, once the person has the commitment, then for me it shouldn't be an issue. Let's open our country up. Let's stop. After all, don't we even bring technical experts who are not Ghanaian into Ghana to help us in our developmental agenda. In football, we do not have an issue going to recruit people who were not even born in Ghana to aid Black Stars. So, why shouldn't we open ourselves up for Ghanaians who have dual citizenship and Ghanaians, whether they were born here or not, to help in that development agenda? So personally, I don't have any issue, and I'll support any effort, the bill, to grant us that opportunity.
And Richard, Money Nimane is a regular watcher. He says that those who are against this, are they saying that those in the diaspora, he lives in the UK, we should stop sending money to Ghana? He's talking about remittances and their contribution to...
I partly agree. And Roland, good morning.
Morning,
Richard.
Good
morning to all my colleagues. I think, Eduji, this is the second time we are meeting. But, you know, power tends to make you forget your good old friends, which is understandable. Myself, I'm a diaspora person. Following KNUST in 2007, I've lived in UK for nearly 15 years. But I see Ghana as my home. Although I joined the British Army for 6.5 years, done the tours and all that, drew Commonwealth. Because Ghana is a Commonwealth country, I had the opportunity to join the military. And so all these years, I still dream in Twi language. I still dream playing soccer on Kasi LA Park. So I am a full-blooded Ghanaian.
Yeah.
And we had many of us scattered around who are wanting to take part in national position to, you know, contribute their quota, what they've learned outside the shores of this country. There's one particular guy, young doctor, who was part of the COVID vaccine with Oxford University, Dr. Boache. But, you know, it will be difficult for such a fine brain to find himself in public sector giving back to Ghana just because perhaps, I'm not too sure, but I'm thinking that perhaps if he holds another passport, it makes it very difficult for such a person to come and contribute his quota to Ghana. For us in diaspora, I think this is very, very good. I'm yet to see or hear or read from any diaspora who is against this particular motion. And I believe that it is going to be a non-partisan push from both sides, because even the NDC and the MPP, strangely, when each party is in opposition, they are hugely supported by their diaspora branches or chapters outside the shores of Ghana. And so I think that it will be a difficult discussion if they are to be seen fronting against such a progressive idea. So I'm in full support. But I was following Tamaklo until he veered into Ken Ofori-Atta mantra. Ken Ofori-Atta does not hold American citizenship. So I think that it was unnecessary to bring Ofori-Atta in. If there's if there's any person that we should actually bring home, it's Sedinam Tamaklo, who has been convicted and also seeking refuge in America. So that's all I will say about that.
Very well. Interesting conclusion. Is there any time that you meet two politicians or three politicians, they'll jab at each other?
Okay, just a short one, then we get to the final.
Yes. I'm for this bill, actually, and I'm tempted to believe that...
should they become president, chief justices, heads of our various security agencies, members of parliament?
You look at the fact that, Papa Ro, we've lost...
Speakers of parliament.
We've lost a lot of brains to the US and to the UK.
Yeah.
I think a Ghanaian rose up to become an exchequer in UK, right?
Yeah.
And a lot more people. This guy who developed this fiber optics, that the US is enjoying and making money out of it, a Ghanaian. All right. And I think that's the name you mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get to know that if we should have this kind of inclusion, it is actually going to help, especially when it gets to, its impact on our growth as a country and, electoral participations and all that. You remember the case of Jachikwesi and some other MPs, who were actually thrown into court and all that.
One MPP person
was
one
jailed. MPP was jailed for that.
Yeah. Abu Sakandi.
Yes, and you get to know that even at the moment, the question that somebody sent to you, are you saying that you are no longer interested in their money, when in fact remittances is bringing in over $4 billion, dollars? Why would you say that they shouldn't be included? I think that we stand to benefit a lot from them, politically and everything, if we are able to overcome this kind of barrier. And so, Papa Ro, for me, yes, look at countries like Japan, China, and even in recent, the NDC government has appointed, is it Kofi Cho?
Cho, yeah, to South Korea.
To South Korea. How would you deny somebody who has been here for a long time, well
educated? 14 years.
Yes. And, he has a family, isn't it? And if we can leverage on his nationality as a Ghanaian and as a South Korean, why can't we do that? And I hear that ever since he was appointed, he's doing marvelously for Ghana. All right. So we need to take advantage of some of these things. And when we look at the strategic aspect of it rather than the political aspect of it, I think that it will inure to the benefit of Ghana.
All right. DDP payment made $3 billion in interest obligations under this, and marks also the 6th coupon settlement under the program, and also represent the second full cash payment without any pay-in-kind component, reflecting strengthened fiscal capacity and solvency. Eduji Tamaklo. The question is that the case?
Okay. I think that this conversation, we need to frame it well. And it is the proper framing that brings the matters out clearly. As you are aware, by 2016, when President John Dramani Mahama left office, the official record provided by the New Patriotic Party was to the effect that they took a public debt of close to 122 billion Ghana cedis. And that debt reflects the debt from Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah's time till 2016.
Yeah.
What is also not in doubt is that by 2024, when the MPP left office, our public debt at a point went as far as 750 billion Ghana cedis. What it means is that within the space of 8 years, the New Patriotic Party, under the leadership of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, added over 400 billion Ghana cedis to our public debt. That is quite significant. To the point that I think there is a City FM online story where it says that at a point, our debt to GDP ratio got to 93.7%. In fact, at a point, it got to almost 106%. That, for me, is the state of affairs that the NDC inherited. When you go to YouTube now, there's a story by one Ghanaian American comedian by name Michael Blackson. And this is what he says, and it's still on YouTube. Young people who go on YouTube will see it. He says, quote, "Ghana robbed me of $1.2 million. The story is still there, not removed. That is the state of affairs that the NDC inherited. But let me say this, and to the glory of God and the work President Mahama has done. Today, on the same YouTube, Michael Blackson, thanks to Ghana's President Mahama for saving my investment, unquote. And so you can see from robbery to savior, from getting his $1.2 million robbed to a president saving his investment. So the reality, the difference is like night and day. What President John Dramani Mahama, together with his finance minister, have done is that we inherited a very difficult economy. An economy which at a point, international rating agencies like Fitch, S&P, Standard & Poor, and others downgraded us to a junk status. And so we took an economy that at a point obtained very dubious international reputation, very dubious. Today, through the ingenuity of Minister Atuforsen, the economic team that have handled matters so far, they have transitioned the economy from that junk status to an economy that is breathing, an economy that has moved from intensive care to a stable, robust, and forward-looking. That kind of innovation, thinking outside the box, is what has resulted in continuous payment for the domestic debt exchange program.
We're told this is the sixth in the series, so to speak.
That is the sixth coupon payment. Now, what these payments have done is to restore back to this economy market confidence. Look, just a few weeks, in fact, days ago, Ghana government decided to go to the treasury bill market, oversubscribed by 260%. Confidence, confidence, confidence. You hardly would get this if the economy is recklessly managed. And so, you have a situation where today, Roland, the people who have the management of this economy as their responsibility, and I mean here, the finance minister, the governor of Bank of Ghana, and all their team have together worked so well.
But Eduji,
may we not forget. Yes, go ahead.
Eduji, officials from the last administration,
yes,
that would be the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government, have
yes,
consistently said, if you look at the projections, they said the projections by way of how the various sectors of the economy will perform, and then also when it comes to fiscal and monetary policy, what the projections were on the ascendancy, and so it's not surprising. So you can give them some credit, wouldn't you say?
I've been trying to read and the basis to give them some credit. I want to be educated. I want to be informed. What was the state of affairs of the economy? I remember vividly one time, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo got into our homes in one of his fellow Ghanaians and told us that there shall be no haircuts. You heard him. Unless, of course, I'm peddling falsehood on this platform. He said, there shall be no haircut. Only for his finance minister. And in fact, the record will show that at all times, the government felt that they needed not to even go to the IMF, if you recall, until the governor of Bank of Ghana at that time, Dr. Addison, had to reach out to the president, emergency, that Mr. President, we risk defaulting on our payment obligations. And that is why, on the 1st of July 2022, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, president, had to reach out to the IMF boss that where we have gotten to, I have surrendered. Come in, out, and build we. And that is how come, on the 1st of July 2022, we engaged the IMF for our 17th IMF bailout agreement. What resulted in that, calamity is because as a government, as a people, in 6 years, and this is where it gets worrying, in 6 years, the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia went for $11 billion of Eurobond in 6 years. In fact, if you add the April 2017 Franklin Templeton bond of $2.25 billion to rate, it amounted to $13 billion in 6 years. Never seen before. Roland, if it was the case that this $13 billion was used for the productive sector to transform the Ghanaian economy, that would be better. In 18 years, a month, President Nana Addo promised to transform the economy. Regrettably, instead of transformation, he rather put the country back 50 years back. It has to take a lot of ingenuity by the Honorable Finance Minister and his team to move this country forward. I have heard people, and on this platform, I've heard the respected Professor Jimandua.
Yeah.
Is it Jimandua?
Yeah.
Bafwa Jimandua.
Bafwa Jimandua.
Formerly of CDD and then the UN.
Yeah, yes, I want to be sure of the name. Yeah, on key point, he says how President Mahama has transformed the economy is miraculous. Miraculous. On this platform, key point, one of the Saturdays that I joined him, he said it is a miracle how we've been able to transform the economy in a year. Do you know that our friends in the MPP were clear in their minds that we can't do anything about the economy? That one of their flag bearer Gongon beaters had the audacity to say that the Ghana cedi will go up to 23 or 25 Ghana cedis. 25 Ghana cedis to $1. Why do you think he made that prophecy? Because when he saw the fundamental and what they were given and going to, the President Mahama administration was going to inherit, it was clear in their minds that we can't do anything. And thanks to the and to the glory of God, we've been able to keep this economy stable. When was the last time you heard the MPP complain about the economy? But let me conclude by saying, notwithstanding,
well, they had raised issues about
notwithstanding all these payments, the Eurobond coupon payments amounted to several billions of Ghana cedis. We've kept free SHS going. We've kept LEAP going. We've kept national health insurance going. We've kept all the social intervention programs going. That is what is required of leadership. Today, it's been 1 year. President Mahama has not borrowed $1 Eurobond, but the economy is still floating. I think President Mahama, it is important that all of us should be unanimous in commending him for this leadership.
Is he putting the cart before the horse, Lawyer Pierre Damkwa? Because clearly, well, they'll say it's early days yet, but more importantly, while you pay these coupon rates or these coupon maturities, so to speak, it also means that there are other pressures coming home, for which you also need to redeem, so to speak.
Yeah, so I think it's the fact that there has been a marked improvement in how the economy is being managed is not something that you can argue against. Indeed, we have a situation where the MPP or members of the MPP, I've heard so many times, attempting to say, I think you yourself did ask Eduji, claim credit for the improvements that we've seen in the management of our economy. We've heard them attempt to say that the impact of the gold board, the impact of the gold board in the manner in which the economy has been sustainably managed is as a result of their policies. But you see, you talk about cocoa board, and for me, the way this cocoa board payment issue has been managed, the way the criticism from the MPP to suggest that if they were the people in government, they wouldn't have minded going to borrow money to pay. Tells
well,
me,
they're entitled to that, is that not?
Yeah,
because they say during their regime, cocoa board, and then its farmers, by way of the aggregators through which they also tend to trade with, they didn't need to get reduced prices.
Yeah, but as in, so if I give, as in, just to answer, you see, there was a time when, well, in terms of the exchange rate, in terms of the monies being paid at the international market, was similar to what pertains now, and they paid the cocoa farmers 1,300. You understand? But right now the cocoa farmers are being paid 2,500, more than 70%, almost 91% of the money is being received from the international market. The point I'm trying to make is that whereas one government is taking financial decisions, economic decisions, which are in the best interest of the country, another government took decisions which more or less was populist in nature. And the focus was essentially just to sustain themselves in power. Now, you take a program like NABCO. Yeah, you understand? How can you justify why governments are to spend over 5 billion Ghana cedis on a useless program like NABCO?
Why is it useless? Providing jobs in the interim for young people who don't have the job.
How much money did NABCO contribute to our GDP? Because you see, you want to create policies that will transform your economy, not policies that will temporarily keep you in power. And then you see, when you consider the fact that they had an option, the option was to spend money in what was supposed to be one of their most transformational programs, the 1D, 1F. And they spent just 400 million Ghana cedis there. You get the picture. Now, you take this government. Clearly, we have a leader now. We have a leader who clearly has a commitment to the progress of this country as against the previous leader. Because beyond the strides that has been made in terms of the fiscal and the monetary policy, you see clear commitment in building on that stability with the passage of the 24-hour economy authority. And when you read the purpose of the authority per the law, you see as in promotion of SME. You understand? And I hear people talk about job creation, but where a government has institutionalized this policy by way of law, you understand, and created an authority, and they are saying that one of the core functions of authority is to, what's called, promote SME. And when history has taught us that when you want to create jobs, when you want to create wealth, then one of the key areas that you must tackle is in the creation of the SME.
Small business units.
Yeah, you understand? And case in point is in the USA, 1953, when they passed their small business.
But there were small business unit policies also propagated.
But nothing has never been institutionalized.
Your lead founder headed the One District, One Factory initiative at the Trade Ministry as well.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that the holder of the fiscal policy showed their lack of commitment to the 1D, 1F by way of the monies invested there, 400 million Ghana cedis, and 5 billion in the in NABCO. You get picture. So it's no surprise that at a period when we are out of the international markets, because they've made all these payments without resorting to what's called borrowing. It is a miracle. You understand? They've managed to restore the credibility of our economy. And this is not myself just saying, these are facts, issues that are factual, are scientific.
Well, they still borrow through the domestic, not necessarily in the form of bonds.
The point that you see, the point that one government went to the international market, Eurobond, and raised more than 11 billion. More than 11 billion. Would you say that 11 billion led to the transformation of our economy? Their leader himself said that if you are confused about the economy, look to the exchange rate.
When in doubt,
look at the exchange rate. You understand? So, listen, for me, the most critical thing is that I see a government who asks himself one key question. This decision I'm taking, would it be in the interest of Ghana? And under government whose reason for taking a decision they took was, would this sustain me in power? Because the way the NPP have handled their criticism of, the way they've criticized the government and how they've handled the cocoa board issue, it tells me that if they were in power, they wouldn't have minded going to borrow money when clearly that decision in the long term would hurt this economy. Because managing of your debt, you understand, creating a system where you do not plunge your country into unnecessary debt, you understand, creates the right economic ecology needed for your economy to thrive. And for me, I want to commend the president and his finance minister, and to encourage them, and to say that myself, I'm encouraged also because I see that their focus is not just but also to create a system that will cause businesses to thrive by the institutionalization of the 24-hour economy, which portends massive hope, which shows that these are people who are serious about transforming the economy.
Richard, GDP, at the end of the day, is it because of prudent financial management and the consistency of it, and how that syncs with other pressures on the budget in itself?
Thanks, Roland. I think that it's really strange to hear all these phrases akin to idol worshipping, which has been frowned upon by their own general secretary, that they should concentrate on governance rather than being sycophants, praising unnecessary praises on the president. Roland, before I tackle your question, I want to put some facts straight. And according to highstreetjournal.com and Ghanaian Times, at the end of 2016 economic year, the GDP ratio to debt was 72.5%. It was not 96%.
No.
I said by when you were in power, it was 93.5%.
At some point, you said?
At some point.
Okay.
And by December 2016, when NDC gave you the economy, it was nowhere near it. So maybe straight in that direction.
By the end of 2024, when we left power, the debt to GDP was 61.8. It's verifiable.
No, because
I want
you have
to check.
rebased the economy.
I want you to check.
That's rebased.
You didn't. Please, let me speak.
Rebased.
And again, the domestic borrowing alone, by the end of 2025 economic year, still stands at 138.74 billion. You can also check and come back.
If you say domestic borrowing, you're speaking in relation to government bills that have been issued? Or?
Yes, but it still comes with a sort of interest, doesn't it? It comes as a cost to government businesses in terms of awarding contracts and also outlining or performing your mainstream policies that you want to do. So it comes with a cost to the Ghanaian taxpayer. Again, Akufo-Addo never said anywhere that there will be no haircut. If he's got that video, I would like to see, because I do not recall Akufo-Addo directly saying that. If there's this,
there will be no haircut. It's a very famous video.
That he said that. Okay, then that's fine. But to come to DDEP, the party, MPP, and Akufo-Addo's Bawumia's government had explained on several cases, several situations where we have been very, very apologetic about it. The former president himself professed that one of his toughest decisions, and in fact he used the phrase darkest hour, was for us to implement this domestic debt exchange program. Consequently, the former vice president, the presidential candidate for MPP, has stood on several platforms to actually appreciate the difficulties where people, especially the middle class people, about 800,000 people, Ghanaians, were affected by this decision. Again, our party leaders, including the General Secretary, has also apologized to Ghanaians based on the impact that this political decision or government decision with regards to DDEP affected many, many Ghanaians. And I will not sit here to politicize or make some dubious comments as if it didn't have impact on Ghanaian people, especially people who have worked and had faith in government bonds, and then they have to bear the full brunt of government decisions. And so we have apologized to Ghanaians on several occasions. Roland, this is not new. As you recall, the payment of coupons started in August 2023. At the time, we were paying in cash and also paying in kind. And so this is a continuous lay-down project that the Bank of Ghana, the Ministry of Finance, is undertaking. Also, in February 2024, we paid some. August 2024, we paid some. But I do not think that we should make a whole lot of noise about it. Governance is continual. And if you are doing what you are supposed to do, you need not unnecessary praises for doing what you have to do. I'm also surprised that my colleagues here are saying that this economy is doing extremely well like we've never seen before, and therefore President John Dramani all of a sudden is a miracle president. This economy that is doing so well, we have over 14,000 nurses and teachers who have worked for 14 months. They are picketing because they've not been paid. This economy is doing so well that senior staffs at the universities, TEU, CLOSAC, are all threatening to go on strike. Some are already striking. This economy is doing so well. But my brother, look at the way we are treating cocoa farmers. Look at the way we are treating cocoa farmers. And for over 80 years in cocoa business in this country, there's never been a time where government decision is to reduce the price per bag to cocoa farmers. And some of my colleagues from the other side are making mockery of the plight of the cocoa farmer. I mean, we've been reading on social media that they are MPP people, they are this and that. Are we saying that if you're a cocoa farmer, you do not have the right to align to a political party? Is that what we are telling? If this economy is so booming, why are we struggling to pay the what we promised the cocoa farmers? When we were promising cocoa farmers in opposition, did you hear in any of their statements, emphatic statements that they made, that they were going to pay cocoa farmers based on percentage? You stood on campaign grounds and promised them that at least the minimum you do will be 6,000. You went ahead to Parliament and also said that the minimum you give the cocoa farmer was 6,000 cedis. Your current Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Eric Opoku, came to Media General, Unia TV, and said that, he was emphatic in his statement, that if they don't pay a cocoa farmer 6,000 per bag, then does it mean that the cocoa bag belongs to the farmer or to the NDC government? And so you made all these promises to a point where the miracle man that you want us to believe, President John Dramani Mahama, few months ago, even told Ghanaians and the cocoa farmers, he was emphatic that if you have lands that you've not been using to cultivate cocoa, he is advising you to go and expand your farm, because the cocoa prices that are going to be announced will be too lucrative than what we have today. And so you made everybody to believe that the 3,001 that Akufo-Addo's government was giving was a paltry, and we have shortchanged the Ghanaian people. Meanwhile, you said that economy has been criminally managed. So if you are coming showering all these praises, we expected at least, if you are not even going to add a dime, maintain what the criminally managed economy was giving the cocoa farmer. Now, a poor cocoa farmer in Sefioso, who has traveled all the way from Sefioso to come and picket at the headquarters, is being branded as MPP, neglecting the plight that the person is going through. You sit here and tell me that this economy is booming, so we should clap for John Dramani Mahama. We have over 30,000 young people that you've sacked by the first stroke of your pen when you took power. You said that this economy is booming and you should clap for John Dramani Mahama. And my brother, lawyer, mentioned about NAPCO. I think we should place NAPCO in the right perspective. It's a bitter pill. When MPP took power 2017, that was the only time in the history of this country that we had Graduate Students Association. It tells you that we had severe unemployment situation in the country. In 2015, John Dramani Mahama agreed that, and I think the former Minister for Employment, I've forgotten the name, if you help me, the man who is famously known as telling the graduates to go and grab stones and break it to sell. I've forgotten the name. They came out boldly to say that, yes, we do have unemployment situation in the country, but what is happening is that some of them lack the technical skills. Although theoretically with certificates, they are employable, but they are lacking the technical and on-job skills to be employed. And so if you get your young people to participate in kind of apprenticeship scheme, it gives them competitive advantage over their peers. And this is how NAPCO was formed. Yes, we didn't get the 100,000 NAPCO trainees all employed, but we had over 60% of them being gainfully employed. In fact, there was a time where YEA collaborated with NAPCO, where over 70,000 young people were partly employed. So it was not all that gloom and doom. Again, 2016 when we took over, 2017 to 2018, in the whole of Africa, Ghana was #1 when it comes to foreign direct investment. At the time, 2018, 2019, Ghana became the fastest rising economy in the country, in the world. So let's not create impression as if the Akufo-Addo government didn't do anything at all. We remember when we took over a doomsday-stricken country, a country with hopelessness, with parents unable to take their wards into secondary education. Our flagship program, free SHS that you were talking about, we did it within the first year. And so don't create the impression as if this economy is booming. Yes, you've managed to stabilize the dollar, but at what cost? You are spending $10 billion monthly or yearly to stabilize this economy, whilst you cannot even pay the nurses who are holding the healthcare of your country. And so let's not paint the picture, and we should resort back to what your General Secretary said. Stop being sycophantic. Be a citizen and critique where there's need to. Stop this unnecessary showering of praises to John Dramani Mahama. We know him, and he has never changed.
Dr. Situboy, how do we make sure that we're able to streamline expenditure and continue the way we are to ensure that we're able to meet our debt obligations? Very critical, because the demands are high. We have, already, Richard is talking about cocoa farmers and the demands, etc.
So this issue about cocoa politics is something...
Cocoa politics,
Yeah, cocoa politics, yeah. It's something interesting. and I'm trying to understand the underpinnings of it all. But I feel that, yes, this issue about the domestic debt exchange program, was not bad in the first place.
The DDEP was good.
Yes, it was. It was a good decision per my readings and some other facts that I have. I was a vice president for the individual bondholders, all right, for about 2-3 years.
Individual bondholder. So
Yeah.
you were a bondholder yourself?
Yeah, I was a bondholder myself.
Okay. So tell me your experiences.
Yes, so
maybe it was a good decision.
Those experiences wasn't something that anybody can be proud of, all right. Looking at, what actually happened in terms of the lives that we lost. Most of our members were pensioners, all right. So
people lost lives.
Exactly.
It cannot be a good decision then, based on your.
No, in terms of the economic aspect, all right. So there are two aspects of it: the social aspect of it, and then the economic aspect of it. For the economic aspect of it, yes, you could say it was a good decision, because if that decision wasn't taken, probably Ghana's economy would have crashed by now. All right, yes. But again, the sacrifices that people sacrificed, was that one, people became poorer, than what they would have been.
The DDEP.
The DDEP. Number two, people lost their lives. Basically, most of the pensioners invested their money, in bonds, thinking that it was the safest for them, and believing that that is what they are equally going to get revenue, to manage their post retirement, lives. But of course, when the decision was taken, it actually took a lot of people off guard, and that is why some people couldn't even afford, their basic medical bills. So, death came in. But for now, at least, we could see the benefits that the DDP is adding up, to the economy of Ghana. We have seen some contributions, contributing to the strong fiscal, discipline and solvency that we have now. We have also seen some improved monetary conditions. And all these are contributing to the payment, of the 10 billion, dollar, to
Sixth tranche,
yeah, the sixth tranche. And when you track, I was just tracking, the sequence of payments, and from I think 2023, that was when, the first payment was made, and I remember my group, I think Martin Pebu was part of it. He was our lawyer.
Martin Pebu?
Yes, he was part of it. He was the lawyer for the individual bondholders. And we had a series of engagements with governments. And so I think that when Amin assumed office, he started releasing certain monies, to us. Yeah, that is how come some of us, we got our monies back. And some are still, in the process of payment. Now, when you check critically, the situation, even though has improved, people who have gotten their money, most of them pensioners, have also invested again in T-bills. All right. And so you see that T-bills is now giving some kind of hope, livelihood, to some of our members as well. And so during the DDEP process, you realize that T-bills was exempted, right? And so T-bills became, the safest investment for, the Ghanaian pensioner. But now, because of this sound macroeconomic, management and all that, T-bills has reduced, from, I think, somewhere 20% in 2024. and it is now the 91 days. It's doing 6%. Right. It's doing 6%. On the side of the government, yes.
Between 8 to 6%, depends.
Sorry?
Between 8 to 6%.
No.
It depends on.
That is the rate for today.
For today?
Yes. 6%.
Last week was around 8. So.
Yes. Yeah, so it's not 6%. That is the 91 days. Right, okay. And what it means is that on the side of government, on the side of macroeconomic, management and all that, it is good for the country, especially when you have your, interest rates coming down. And obviously, government cannot do without T-bills. What it means is that, if government is not going into international markets to borrow, all right, I have always maintained that position that, look, we have excess money in the system. We can find a way through bonds, through T-bills, to mobilize this, to manage our own affairs. I mean, build our economy to the point that unemployment will be reduced drastically because we will build factories, self-financing factories, recruit young energies, all right, and then give them, some hope, for their livelihood. And looking at the amount of money that T-bills is generating, and even the government even rejecting, okay, even some of the amount. I think today, as at last week or so, last Friday, about close to 9 billion came. But government decided to pick, I think, 6 billion or something.
That's the oversubscription.
Oversubscription. All right. So it tells you.
That's confidence.
No, that's what I'm coming to talk about. So, so it is a sign of what confidence, in the economy. But again, Eduje, I think that you would also agree that when you have a very good economic confidence and trust, it should translate into economic development. Sure. All right. What I am seeing, and from what I'm reading from the bondholders platform, what it means is that people's income based on the T-bills equally have reduced. All right? Because if you are getting, I think even last week or so, I think it was around 10%.
If you say income, you mean their returns?
Exactly.
Okay.
No, but purposely that's what they get. So it's part of their income. So even last week when it was 10%, all right, it means that if you bought T-bills at 10%, 91 days at 10%, you get something, okay, substantial with maybe 100,000 Ghana cedis. But now that it has reduced to 6%, it means that if you are buying it today, your dividend has reduced, your income has equally reduced, isn't it? Okay. So that is the other side of it. What it means is that, no, I'm not saying it is not good, but for the pockets of the person, the investor, no, I don't think probably, yeah, because if no, from a business perspective,
the person who is investing is not getting.
But generally, for the general good is very good.
I think I've mentioned that. That was my initial point. That look, when government is reducing T-bills, and then you are investing like 100,000. Okay, it means that government is making savings when the T-bill reduces, because the interest that government has to pay on every penny on T-bills has reduced. So it makes it very convenient for government to manage the economy. Okay, it makes it a bit convenient for government, to borrow more and even reduce interest on borrowing, rather than going into a foreign market where you don't even know, what the dollar is, how the dollar is going to behave, and the interest.
The dollar doesn't misbehave.
It does. The dollar misbehaves.
If your economy and the way the currency relates to the dollar, in which you have to mop up, then it means that you'll be in difficulty.
So it means that.
So if you don't manage your economy
if our economy misbehaves, then it affects Okay. So let's.
Because you have to mop up the local currency to be able to.
I understand. So what I'm saying is that on the side of government, it is good. There is no two ways about it. On the side of our macroeconomic, management, it is excellent for us. Okay, but in the pockets of the average Ghanaian,
that's what
the investor, that is where the issue
is good on paper.
Is
that the,
all right.
The poor citizen should.
So for me, there should be some kind of balance where there's going to be a trade-off where T-bills in terms of its management and all that could equally help people live decent lives, because you get people who have come on retirement, people who depend on. Do you know that even at a point in time, some workers could borrow money and then invest in bonds and T-bills, okay, because
they were the safest.
Exactly. And they were thinking about their pension because...
Like you did?
No, I didn't borrow money to invest in there.
Actually, you saving.
Okay, all right. So
investing in the bonds.
Yes, investing in the bonds. Okay, so I invested for my future, all right, so that at a point in time when maybe you are off, you are going on pension or something, you know that you have.
And there was DDEP, but you said the DP is good.
I think you were not listening to me either. Okay. Because I made that point, strong point, that the DDEP was good based on the economic benefits, that Ghana stand to get from it.
Okay.
All right. But Roland, I don't think you want to disagree, because you see, the Bank of Ghana governor himself had indicated that DDEP has been helpful, else the economy of Ghana would have crashed. Okay, so it wasn't a bad decision. Even the IMF boss, I've forgotten his name, he also added his voice to that. Okay. I'm not into, as to whether the decision was politically inclined or something. But my point is that, look, when we get to that point where we want to understand that the DDEP brought excesses, we must also know that the DDEP has also cushioned, Ghana's economy. That one, we can't hide it any day, any time, all right? Even though, you see, the issue is this, that the NDC government, the ruling government now, has gone that extra mile to ensure. In fact, I listed 4 points, okay? But 2 key ones has to do with my earlier mentioning, the strong fiscal discipline and solvency, all right? Because of the strong fiscal discipline that the NDC government has introduced, all right?
The rationalization.
Exactly. It has actually brought some kind of, strength, all right? And we are not seeing that effect, so much, okay? Again, the improved monetary conditions that, we are seeing now is also another contributing factor. So, based on that, I am not saying that, look, the fact that people died means that DDEP was bad. That's not what I'm saying. Because, you see, in the struggle for independence,
people should die.
People died. In the struggle for independence.
Dr. Susuwai, some analysis you are doing this morning. There are people, some of us invested in some of the bonds as well, as either as corporate teams or groups, so to speak, or financial groups. So I'm not too sure that your explanation really matches or syncs with the experiences of those who invested in the bonds. That's why I'm asking you the question.
So I've raised 2 points. So probably you are not getting the connections between the 2 points that I'm making. But I've raised 2 points. The first point is that for the health of Ghana's economy, DDEP wasn't bad after all.
The DDEP was good?
It wasn't bad after all. It was good.
It was not bad after all?
Yes. The second point is that people sacrificed their lives because they lost their lives.
I don't understand.
Okay. So...
Is it the same analogy you do with the independent Ghana struggle?
I'm a member. I'm still a member. We have our platform. we have discussions. All right. Yes. So that's what I'm saying, that was when I got to know that people are dying.
Yet it is good.
No. I don't think you seem to probably
Anyway,
understand the fact that when we say that people are dying, okay, it probably due to the excesses of it.
Okay.
The excesses of it. Okay, so that cannot be good in terms of our social lives.
Okay.
All right. So my point is that at every decision that probably a government takes, it will affect some people positively, and it will have excesses on the lives of others.
And the effort to make sure that you get the needed revenue so that you don't have leakages is when you make sure that goods that are meant for transit go towards those destinations, pay the needed revenue or taxes, etc., so that you can get the revenue. And the finance minister has been up and about as part of the effort to make sure that we block those loopholes. Also point to prudent financial management, is that not it?
So again, like you pointed out, this year, if you look, government projects its expenditure will be about 300 billion. Of that 300 billion, 250 billion is supposed to be internally generated. And what it means is that the finance minister is pushing strongly for domestic tax mobilization. I remember vividly where I am, the Commissioner Custom, Brigadier General Anand Glover, a very smart, intelligent military officer. He's brought so much dynamism into that space. I remember, even during the Christmas, he would reach out. He said, Eduji, allow for more lifting into the night, more like a 24-hour, liftings of petroleum product. And the more they lift, the more taxes that come into government kitty. So, Minister is putting a whole lot of things, including the surprise visit to Akano, where he discovered the kinds of things that were going on. You remember many years ago, but he so rest in peace, Professor Ivan Satamils, his surprise visit to Custom and the distance. I think there are things that we need to put in place. And sometimes I've always maintained, the more electronic the process is, the less human interface in the process. I think the better some of these things are easily exposed. So maybe we should look at deploying more of this sophistication in those areas. But let me quickly respond to a few matters that came up. My brother James Fee raised a point about $10 billion helping to keep the city stable. Please, let us not confuse the people who listen to us. They are very enlightened. When we say the BOG used 10 billion, it doesn't mean that they gave 10 billion cedis to keep the city stabilized. I heard somebody make the point, say, near what 10 billion, you need to carry the best and your money. Say a bit media yakwine. Please, that level of ignorance, we should not entertain it. There's something called financial intermediation, which allows the Bank of Ghana to operate more like the Forest Bureau for the commercial banks. That process of financial intermediation is what has greatly helped also in keeping the Ghana city where it is. Do you know that by reason only of keeping the Ghana city stable, do you know how much reduction we have seen in our public debts? And that is money that would have gone to foreign investors to line up their pockets. Today, those things have become savings for us. We are using those monies for the purposes of free SHS. If you recall, one of the campaign promises of the MPP, when Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, review means cancellation. That one, I'm sure you heard him. Like there wouldn't be any haircut. People have sent me videos of Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo saying that, and I want to.
I haven't.
Very well. Very well. So I think the record has been set straight. By the way, good morning to the Deputy Defense Minister, Ernest Yabroja Jemfi. He sent me the video, just for the record, to keep me enlightened this morning. But the point I'm making is that let's all know that today you hardly hear the MPP say John Mahama will cancel free SHS. Why do you think so? When was the last time you heard any leading member of the MPP say John Mahama has cancelled free SHS? It's over 1 year. It's because through prudence, we've gotten enough money to pay for free SHS. We've gotten enough money to do free sanitary pads. We've gotten enough money. For the first time in many years, President John Dramani Mahama has introduced a social intervention program that allows first-year students in our universities to get money and later reimburse the no-fee stress. You do not have the benefit. I never had that benefit. I wish I can go back to Lagos to have the benefit
today,
of no-fee stress.
And go and ask the students.
The beneficial. I have seen parents reach out to me personally just because they want to get, that opportunity to access the no-fee stress. Law students today, I want to go back to law school, now have the benefit of going for student loan plus. When I was at the law school, there was no such thing. President Mahama has introduced that. That is good. Please. Today, law student can access it. You are not a law student. You can't access it. I am saying that law student can, Mr. JV. So the point ought to be made very clear that if you recall, yes, and I'm concluding.
Conclude so that we can have.
Our friends in the MPP, if you recall, in the beginning said the gains in the economy were artificial and that the stability of the Ghana cedi was artificial. Then later they changed and said, it is the strength of the cedi is because of the gold for reserve. Then now they say, no, the gold for reserve is Bamia's initiative. What kind of people are these? One, the stability of the cedi is not going to be sustained. It is not sustainable. Now you say, no, the sustainability of it is because of gold for reserve, and that the gold for reserve is Bamia's initiative. What kind of people are these? Give credit to whom credit is due. And that underscores the point that President John Dramani Mahama, and let me conclude on this. Under John Mahama, no 30,000 workers have been sacked.
In fact, 36,000.
I demand of you the data on this platform. Where and where are 36,000 people been sacked? Provide the data this morning. Look, we can't do this to ourselves. Do you know the number when you say 30,000 people? That's like Accra Sports Stadium. Oh, please, my brother.
So quick.
Just a minute.
So one, I don't think the statement that says that 6% of NAPCO trainees were employed is something that can be bad. 60%. And I would love for my brother to provide the data. And secondly, you see, whenever a government reduces treasury bill to 6%, what they are essentially doing is to say that we are not in competition with the private sector for the capital that they need.
It's crowding out.
Yeah. That's essentially what, and in fact, it is one of the major indicators of how well an economy is doing. Because of this, banks right now would want to get private businessmen to give money.
And the interest rate is going down there.
The cost of capital, you understand? And we know that if you want to grow your, in fact, MPP have been proponents of private sector is the engine of growth. And so if there's any party that should be clapping this government for getting treasury bill to 6%, then it should be MPP, because the overall benefit to the country because of this reduction is immense.
Do you know how much haircut they
give? Yeah, I understand.
Workers' pension.
Right now, with this 6%, I'm coming with this 6%, and with the institutionalization of the 24-hour economy, where clearly they stated that one of their core mandates is to promote and support SME, and also to put in place programs that will create wealth I see real commitment at building this economy. And what we should all do is to prepare ourselves. The business community should prepare themselves, take advantage of this, create wealth, and create jobs for the people of Ghana.
Okay. Richard, just a minute.
On the transit fraud, it's really fascinating that before NDC came into power, we were hearing that there's too much leakage, which informed their decision to set up this huge, much talked about, much ado about nothing, Operation Recover or Loot. With that, there are too many leakages in especially public sectors, and that NPP and the public servant or the civil servants are in uniformity to run down this country in terms of corruption. 13 months or 14 months down the line, you see the Minister of Finance going to the port and actually lamenting to custom officers. I think it is very, very disappointing. And in 2025...
You shouldn't lament.
Sorry?
Mr. James,
but you had all the ideas. In fact, you had...
Mr. James, I don't understand.
Please allow him. You had all the ideas when you were in position. And due to these inefficiencies, you claim that the MPP government, in fact, your best friend, Randy Abbey, described the MPP government as useless. 2025. Please. When we asked you to talk about transit fraud, you decided to shower praises on John Dramani Mahama. So please allow me to speak. When you were given the opportunity to speak to this 85 million Ghana cedis that the country had lost, you decided to shower praises on John Dramani Mahama.
But you have to take the finance minister to expose it.
I am telling you that 14 months the line. I mean, this is one of. Just imagine the number of such dubious deals that has gone under the water.
Which deal?
So, Roland, are you asking me this question? A bill that is this haulage that is supposed to give Ghana 85 million cedis had been undervalued by custom officers and some, I believe, because they cannot do it by themselves.
Those are recalcitrant.
No. When we were in power, we were not given that opportunity to say that we had some recalcitrant custom officers at the port. Every inefficiency when it comes to loopholes, when it comes to corruption, was landed on MPP. And some of you describe the NPP government as wicked. Some of them as wicked government and useless government because of the loopholes. So if I am borrowing, if I am borrowing the words of Samir Jemfi and Randy Abbey, it is clear that even in people,
Mr. Jemfi, you know that
don't do that. Don't do that. I am saying
those people, not you and I.
I am saying that you knew all this. You knew all this 14 months ago. When there were loopholes, when there was leakages, you branded the Kufuor government as useless because they were not able to seal that leakages. Now 14 months the line, you had all the ideas and you are here lamenting. So I am saying that based on that same logic, I am borrowing the words of Samir Jemfi and Randy Abbey to declare that your government is useless. Because, no. When you had the opportunity... So I'm wrapping up. I'm saying that, you see, based on the projections for 2025, the internal revenue, you didn't meet the target. And specifically, one of the departments that we lost, in fact, we declined by 13.3%, was import-related taxes. And this is a significant example for you to know. And that is why I'm saying that while we were in opposition, you had all the ideas. It shouldn't take you 14 months to come and lament that we are losing taxes due to this and that. We expect you to come and do the right thing, and which we are failing to do. And I'm reiterating that since it was all right for us to be called a useless government, and you are also following the same trajectory, I think it is only fair to say that you are also a useless government, because per one transaction, the country is losing 85 million Ghana cedis. How many transactions happens in the port per day? And you sit here and shower praises on John Dramani Mahama.
This is the finance minister who walked in there.
This is the finance minister who has failed to pay cocoa farmers. This is the finance minister who promised them that he's going to pay
so
6,000.
Cocoa farmers, over 1.something billion had been paid cocoa farmers.
For every bag, you've taken 10 million out of it. For every bag, you've taken 10 million.
Your record on cocoa is abysmal.
Don't go there. Don't go there, Duji. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there.
That's why. Let me give a minute to you.
How much debt?
My time is anyway. It's 3 minutes past.
How much debt?
How much?
Okay, so
how much debt did we leave? Don't mention 19 billion.
Okay, then you said it.
Don't mention it. Because that's blatant falsehood.
That is not falsehood.
Your financial statement for Cocoa Board for 2016 is a matter of public record. The NDC left a debt of 4.2 billion.
That is a lie. That is a lie.
It's in your financial statement.
In December, when you went for the
idea has to do with the fact that.
All right, I'm taking Dr. Tutubuahi now. Thank you, gentlemen.
Where's your financial statement?
We need to understand that
a minute.
Where's your evidence?
Governance is continuous, right? So the debts or the liabilities of one government becomes, the obligations of the succeeding or the succeeding government. What it means is that whatever it is, I expect that whether it is about cocoa and the haircut in cocoa, the government must do well, to listen to the plight of, the ordinary cocoa farmer, somewhere in Asante Achim North, all right, or a Sutifi, North. I'm also thinking that whatever it is, the government, I think I've seen Cocoa Board coming up with some haircut for their staff as well. Even though there are some complications, agreements, and some kind of disagreements and all that. But I feel that it is a good initiative. And beyond that, I feel that the cocoa farmer, shouldn't, as it is, suffer, for whatever that they are going through. Beyond that, I think that as a country, we need to develop sound policies, to regulate all our resources and how we can, derive maximum benefit from our resources. I think the other time we were here and then I spoke about, the price of gold. And I asked the simple question as to whether what will happen if gold should,
plummet.
Yeah, exactly. And you see, the point is that in as much as cocoa price has reduced from $10,000, to about $4,100, it can equally happen to gold. And so we need to think of how to add, value, to some of these resources so that at least we benefit as a country and not always be thinking about exporting, our resources in the raw state.
Thank you very much, Richard. Dr. Tutubuahi.
Congratulations. I understand you got an award for the
I think you guys should look
and then also, Lawyer Digi, thank you.
Congratulations.
It's a birthday. It was the birthday yesterday of Hansen Aquinas.
When I say congratulations,
happy birthday to you as well.
You say thank you.
Thank you.
You've done so well.
Thank you, Richard.
And good morning to Chairman Prosper.
I was going to say you should look into the onset of meningitis up north in Ghana. It has so far killed 12 people, and it's important that...
it's something we highlight in our health centers as well. Well, if you want to look smart and fashionable, make sure you visit any Within boutique nationwide. You have to do that today because Within is offering an amazing collection of authentic African fabrics, all ready to wear, coming in beautiful designs and colors for men and women. Now, with Within, you also get to be creative and versatile with your designs. You also get to be confident and show off how truly African you are in Within. So this is what you need to do. You need to go to the nearest Woodin boutique you find near you, and then get to complement your style uniquely. Follow them on social media. We're talking about, well, Woodin fashion. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll bring you the latest sports headlines.
And you're welcome back. You're watching TV3 Newday. It's now time for sports. And the award-winning sports journalist, Bill Ishin, is here. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Anna.
How you doing?
I'm good. I feel extra comfy.
Yeah.
So much space.
Yeah, all for you.
Oh, all for me.
You know, every morning I sort of feel like you're the one doing sports. Because I see you outside on the building, your billboard. That's right outside the premises.
I don't know about that one.
It's so imposing.
I don't know about that
so
one.
it's like, oh, and I just saw you. Oh, yeah, it's a different outfit. Oh, it was the billboard. That's the feeling I have every day.
But how was the feeling yesterday now?
Charlie, yesterday,
You didn't lose your voice.
Me, I had a good time. I enjoyed the game.
Oh, I did too.
I thought it was a good game. The boys played very good football.
Yeah, it was.
And the referee was not in a good mood. But it was a good game. It would have been great if we scored.
Yeah.
We had every opportunity to score. Too many opportunities to score.
Yeah.
Some penalties which were supposed to awarded us were not awarded us. So, you know, sometimes when you play a match and you don't score, you feel sad and broken. I wasn't sad yesterday because I knew that we had played a good game.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I wasn't disappointed in the boys. They, however, appeared very brokenhearted. They seemed disappointed in themselves. I mean, if you stayed till after the match and you saw them leaving, they didn't seem in a very good, you know, mood or place in their heads.
Yeah,
But
it's fair.
it was a good game.
It
I mean,
was.
I have nothing to say to the boys. They played a good game yesterday, and I'm happy.
And
if it was officiated well, we would have won that match.
I think people need to commend you for constantly showing up to stadiums to watch.
Stop it.
Heart to Folk. I think it's very commendable.
Stop it.
Yeah. I came there and I saw you. I was like, she's there again. That's nice.
You saw me?
Yeah, I saw you.
Oh, I didn't see you. So were you on the popular stand? Because I was on the popular stand.
Yeah, I was at the popular stand.
You were?
You were on my right, actually.
Really?
Yeah, but I was low-key.
But VIP, like, what were you doing at the popular stand?
I decided to be at the popular
So you saw me with chapter O?
Yes. I saw you there.
My people.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Oh, nice. So you support Accra Hearts of Oak now?
Oh, I just came to watch. I'm a neutral. I mean, I enjoy
look,
it.
if you sat there, you were Accra Hearts of
Oh,
Oak
I
fan.
enjoy. I just came to enjoy football.
Which team do you support nowadays? Samatex.
Oh, please no. Why would I support Samatex?
Which team do you support?
Oh, in this league, I want Mediama to win, so I'll support them. Yeah.
So you went to the one on top of the table?
Yes.
Because they are on top of the table?
Because they should win.
Anyway, let's get into what's happening around the world. We had news from Mexico and how our World Cup, the preparations for the World Cup might be affected.
Yeah. So there was a clash between the military in Mexico and the popular drug lord who goes by the name El Mencho, that's his nickname. And he was wounded, arrested by the military, was supposed to be flown somewhere else, and he died. And so at 59, he's gone. And because of that, there's been waves of violence that has been happening in Mexico. Actually, 6 states in Mexico have been sort of shut down. And that includes the state of Jalisco. And that state actually will be hosting World Cup matches in 2026. And so that has caused a lot of worry. That has caused a lot of people upset. Some US tourists are still stuck over there. And so it's not a good look, you know, because Mexico is one of the host nations of the 2026 World Cup. But there's still some few months left to the World Cup, and hopefully all that is resolved. We do know that the Mexican president has already come out to call for calm and has stated that all of these will be resolved in due course.
All right. So, but do we know the exact dates or month in which the games in Mexico will begin?
So it would be in June.
June.
In June, yes, when the World Cup starts.
So we have 3 months.
Yeah, you have
for
about
them
3
to,
months. Yeah.
Return the city to a state of calm.
Yes.
But preparations would begin now. Should begin now.
I mean, preparations.
People will be traveling in and out.
Yeah.
So it's not good.
It's not a good look because
should we start looking for alternative?
Well, Ghana is not
cities?
playing there at the moment, so I mean the
We are
matches
safe.
for the Black Stars will be in Canada and the US for the group stages. Maybe Ghanaians will feel relieved by that, but it is very important still for calm to be restored because even as at now, there were US tourists in there and they are stuck, right?
Mhm.
According to multiple reports, they are stuck over there. And that is definitely not a good look. Maybe there might be tourists from other countries also who will be facing similar problems as well. And that doesn't speak to the overall safety because, again, even before the World Cup, there were definitely questions around the safety with regards to, especially the US and Mexico, right? And this doesn't help their case, but hopefully that is solved.
So what? They set cars on fire and all?
Yeah. It was.
Shops are shut down.
Yeah. Schools were closed for Monday in those states as well. So, yeah, hopefully this gets solved as soon as possible because...
All right, let's come to the GPL.
Yes, Hearts of Oak did not win, but Kotoko won. The Plantain team won.
What kind of... Why?
No, I'm just stating. They didn't have to type defeat on X.
There was no defeat.
Yeah, so they typed win.
Oh, they typed victory.
Yes.
You mean Kwasi? Oh,
Yes.
they typed victory.
Yeah, there was
yesterday
no
they
defeat.
typed victory.
Yeah,
But you know, we're all happy for them, you know. We're all happy for them. Yesterday we're happy for Kotoko.
Nah.
Oh, but you know Kotoko and House of Oak are besties.
Nah, since when?
Oh, we're besties. We've been besties since.
Hey, nah.
Oh, we are besties. We are all good friends. Like Cocoyam and He-Goats.
Wow, so shocking.
We're all
So
good friends.
shocking,
We're all
so
good
shocking.
friends.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Hearts of Oak drew 0-0. That means it's still a 5 points gap between themselves and league leaders Mediama, who also drew 0-0 against Samatex. Kotoko, of course, defeating Young Apostles in Wenchi by 2-0. So they are 2 points behind Hearts of Oak on the league log. But again, the title race is still open because Gold Stars won their game and now they are just 3 points behind league leaders Mediama. So now it's tighter when it comes to the race. And here are the results. Ediana, of course, drew 0-0 with Hoho United. Gold Stars defeated Hearts of Lions 2-1. Holy Stars defeated Sweden All Blacks 1-0. And on the table, Mediama 3 points above Gold Stars. Karela, of course, defeated 11 Wonders 2-0. Nations drew 1-1 with Dreams FC. Samatex drew 0-0 with Mediama. And of course, Asante Kotoko won, Hearts of Oak won. So good result for Asante Kotoko. Just at the middle for Hearts of Oak.
Yes, they are still under Accra House of Oak. It's important to
to highlight that for you.
Yes,
Okay.
they're still under.
Yes, they're still
if
under
House
Hearts
of
of
Oak had won their match yesterday, we would have been second.
Yes, you would have been
the
3
table.
points behind the league leaders.
would have been second on the
Yeah,
table. But it's
unfortunately, that did not happen. But yeah, Hearts of Oak are 2 points above Asante Kotoko on the league log. Of course, also 2 points above Ediana. And then a few more points above Samatex, Karela, Heart of Lions, and then Vision FC at the top half of the table.
Nicely done. Still, Accra House of Oak.
Masters.
And I can't say enough that we don't celebrate Asari enough, our goalkeeper.
Oh, he was
Accra
brilliant.
House of Oak goalkeeper. Yesterday he was brilliant. I
Yeah.
mean, I was in awe of him, and I thought, I'm excited he's taking us. He's going to the World Cup.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I have no doubts that he will do the work for Ghana. So shouts to our goalkeeper Benjamin Asari.
Yeah. Shout out to him.
Amazing goalkeeper.
It wasn't just the save I noticed. I think the way he communicates consistently with his backline.
Yes.
It's someone who will show you that he's engaged for the entirety of the game. And that is so important for goalkeepers, right? If you do not manage to direct the traffic in front of you, you are in trouble. Always find a way to communicate, and he does that so well. And
Yeah.
that's something I admire about him.
And also, during the game yesterday, when the referee did his thing, there was a time when some of the fans
They were
started throwing
throwing
water
bottles,
onto the pitch. And some of the
players
came
calmed them down.
over
Yeah.
to the side of the stadium
Yeah.
and calmed them down and told
Yeah.
them to stop it. And they immediately stopped it.
Yes.
I mean, that was very good crowd management. The police were there, but they were just standing there.
Yeah.
The police, they were looking around.
Yeah.
But then the players, they came over and then they just told everybody to calm down. And immediately they all calmed down. I thought, wow, it was very nice to see. I actually captured some of it on tape.
Yeah.
It was very nice to see. The players yesterday, in terms of the game, in terms of crowd management, in terms of the entire attitude towards the game and the fans was amazing. So, shouts to Accra House of Oak.
The
Amazing,
love
amazing
for
stuff.
Accra House of Oak is deep.
Amazing stuff.
But the love is deeper for us now because
Yesterday. Charlie was at the same time too.
when the first half was in front of me, who can't reduce the tally to 2 points if they win their game in hand. But so far, I mean, it's joy for Arsenal because they defeated their rivals and they are still on top.
We got this.
Yeah.
We got this. All right, that's it for sports.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Billy Shen, for bringing us the sports happening in Ghana and all around the world. And if you keep your eyes on 3 Sports online and on air, you'll have all the updates in the world of sports from around the world, not just football, but everything. All right. Now, if you're planning your next trip, whether it's for holidays or business, or, you're going to study or a family travel, let EAS Tours take the stress out of your journey. They offer professional flight bookings, travel consultations, visa assistance, your personalized travel support, everything you need to ensure that your trip is handled smoothly from start to finish. We do that for you. Travel with confidence, clarity, and peace of mind by choosing EAS Tours. Give us a call today or send us a WhatsApp message on 0243 535 778 and speak to us. Our travel experts are on standby to give you all the help that you need. Call us, EAS Tours, and you can travel now and pay later. You can travel today and pay 12 months later. We'll do that for you. No interest, no side costs, nothing of the sort, okay? EAS Tours is here for you to the whole Riase. All right, give them a call today and enjoy a good trip. Still to come, we have conversations about the upcoming State of the Nation's address. We know that the president is set to address the nation this Friday on the economy, promises, campaign promises that were set, on how we're doing as a country, 360, and how, especially today, our conversation is going to focus on some of the expectations that Ghanaians have of the president in the address, which is set to take place on Friday. Today, we'll speak to some spare parts operators in Abosso Kain to find out how business is, cost of import, the sales they make, the profits they're making, and whether or not the refrain that we have as a country, that we have turned a right corner and things are generally better, is accurate for spare parts operators in Accra. When we come back, we'll take that trip. Stay with us. Parliament and the entire nation, as a matter of fact, on the progress of the country, political, social, financial, a 360 report on where we are now as a nation. Now, it's important that ahead of listening to the president, we also ask the people of Ghana how things are, especially in terms of the economy. This week, we're going to be speaking to various players in our ecosystem. We're going to be speaking to market women. We're going to be speaking to the fisher folk. Today, we're speaking to dealers at the popular spare parts market in Accra, Abosokai. My colleague, Noura Mohammed, is already there to bring us a live report. Good morning, Noura.
From the heartbeat of Ghana's spare parts dealership industry here at Abosokai. Well, we're here to get us on the State of the Nation address, which the President John Dramani Mahama is to deliver come Friday 2026. Now, I'm joined by some of the dealers here. They'll be telling me their of the address. I'm joined by Mr. Techi. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing too?
I'm very well, thank you. You're live on TV3. We just want to find out, ahead of President John Dramani Mahama's State of the Nation address this Friday, what are your expectations, and what can you say business is like currently here at Abosokai?
Well, let me say good morning to your listeners here and your viewers. Yeah, my name is Techado, the head of communication for the association. Yeah, what we are saying is now we are not expecting much from him because as a businessman, a trader, what he told delivered, because now from 28 to 15%, now inflation from 23 to 3%, now lending rate, everything together. The president has done well so far. How many months now? Only 12 months or 14 or 15, 13 months or 14 months. He has done well. See this now. So as a businessman, what we expected from him, you need to tell us so far how many cases they have sent to court. That's what we want to know, the aura. Because people are complaining about the aura. Or the $11 million about the Palugu Dam. What is happening? Because now our people were killed in Burkina Faso because of tomatoes. So every people were killed because of tomatoes, and now the money was allocated to the Ministry of Agriculture. We need to know the process so far. How much money are they received? How much acres of land they have been tomatoes farm or whatever? Because we need to know all these things. Because now tomatoes from 30 cities now has moved to 200 cities because of what happened last week. It can't happen in this country.
I just want to ask, have you had any direct impact on your business, considering you were saying that the inflation rate has gone down to 3.8%, as well as the dollar rate? So has it influenced your business positively? Have you seen any change or in the prices of the things that you usually import?
It's a lot. One, your air ticket alone. That is number one. Because inflation, the rate, dollar rate. So anytime the dollar shoot up, your ticket will shoot up. Now dollar 10 something, your ticket will be reduced. That's number one. Now because of the inflation and policy rates, because of the inflation and policy will be reduced, technically you see significant positive impact on your goods and services. We're facing now. A lot of people are deciding not to reduce their spare parts prices. Let me be honest, not all spare parts prices are the same. Some have been reduced, but the major ones are still the same because it's still around 60,000. It's on the higher side because we're expecting the prices to be reduced at least 50,000, 45,000. That will be enough. So the government need to do more. The government need to resource some people, because if the traders are recalcitrant to reduce their prices, we have no option that the government need to step in. Resource people, let them bring. The more goods are coming, the more prices are reducing.
But let me ask you about the fixed rate policy, right? So I quite remember during his campaign to you, the dealers here at Abosokai. Is that something that you can see currently being phased or implemented?
Yes, because President Mama wasn't specific about maybe my 1 year fixed. So it could be maybe the end of his tenure of office. Because let's go 2019 for instance, this benchmark policy. Benchmark policy was promised implemented in 2019. So you need to take some time to stay. Because now everything will be based on the dollar. Dollar has been technically when you report, for instance, you see the duties of spare parts or other general goods, you can see a little more reduction. Now, car duty, for instance, has been reduced. Initially, you need to pay maybe for me that the car duty is 120,000. Now you are paying 80,000, 75,000. It depends where you are coming from, the car is coming from. So you can see more changes. But if President Mama will say, okay, let me consider my people, but it depends on the traders. The president has done well, but have been reduced because all over traced. We should demand more, but the more you are demanding more, you are reducing your prices. That's what it should be. Not that everything the traders will take advantage of it. The Ghanaians are complaining, the consumers are complaining that our prices are still the same. Yes, I agree with them because the government is trying its best to support the business community, but the prices are still the same.
So let me ask you this. If you had the chance to meet with the president prior to the State of the Nation address this Friday, what would you say to him directly?
What I would tell the president, President, you are doing your best. Your government is doing their best. But focus on the market. Focus on the market because some of the traders, no matter what you do to them, they will not reduce their service, their prices. So just engage people. You're a politician, of course. As a politician, you should know your people. Of course, Kufuor came, we saw it. When Kufuor came, we saw it. You to engage your people, resource them, give them loans, let them acquire loans. They will see, they will read their price and goods and services. So you see, everywhere will be okay. Other than that, you are going to leave everything to the traders. They will make sure they will sabotage your government. This is what is happening. They are doing all means to make sure they will sabotage this government because of the man have done well. They are refusing to read their spare parts. That's a fact. We need to speak. You understand? That's what we are facing. As an association, we've done our best. But people are accusing us, we are not talking to our members. So no. It's an open market. You can't force anybody. You understand? But people have done it. But why about the arrest? The arrest, some of them are doing politics. Some of them also what? Because of they are monopolizing the system because the only few ones are bringing. That's where the problem is. The commercial drivers, their spare parts.
I quite remember earlier this year, I think in January, prices had gone down significantly and people were pushing for commercial drivers to reduce their transport fares. And most of them complained that they couldn't do so because spare part dealers here at Abosokai have refused to reduce their prices. And then the spare part dealers, when we came here, we spoke to some of them. Some still said, although the dollar rate had reduced and gone down significantly, they still couldn't, reduce the prices because of import duties and the likes. What do you have to say to that?
See, I disagree with them. I'm head of communication for the association. Okay. So whatever I say, it stands. That's association position. Right. I disagree with them. Have you been to the port? Have you been to the port? Go to the port and see whether the duty is still the same or it has been reduced. Duties has been reduced, especially the vehicle. If the spare parts, the general goods have been reduced, but not much. So say not much, maybe say not. Because now we are asking the government to reduce the benchmark. You understand? Now dollar has been reduced. We need 50% from the benchmark. If government were able to reduce the benchmark from 100% to 50%, let me be honest with you, you see more goods and services will be reduced. But the traders, are we ready? Are we willing to sacrifice to reduce our goods and services? That's what the problem is. The government has done its best. President John Dramani Mahama has delivered on his campaign promise. Let me say 90% he has delivered, but left with the traders to do their own.
So according to Ms. The government has, done its best to stabilize the economy. opinion, how they still have so much more to do here in the markets in terms of regulating the prices that the traders charge, especially for spare parts. Now let's speak to another. Hello, good morning. What is your name?
Aluku Trading Enterprise.
No, what is your name?
Who know me here?
Okay, Aluku Trading Enterprise. So look into the camera for us. How would you describe business here currently here at Abosokai?
Okay, now I can't for business. Who be some business on the say I'm a member of Abosokai Spare Part Dealers Association. Now, who say they can't dollar now. I'm say above more a year money by sir a member from more. Say tax of about 20% now. Or GRA introduce our money. A bed in Casamaya since it's a unibar a best increase increment. Never cabinet tax. Oh, mama, the GRA never be few of the people now with tax. In the every way, we are committed. Because when you have the penalties, which you are near that. And this is Obasha, messages and my expectations say, government and insurance percentage now, or the money, Emerald from Afi, bad transport services. The way I'm going to say, and a poor by Juma, so morning prices are on the money. Miss me, expect about the anti-Semitic Trakamu, now what you high cost are. You expect me to say, Miss Metubinama Darwiniana. Well, baby, I'm a car, make you about 15 cities. Until day, no, within 1 month, it's kind of Michiano. And Mr. Medbatum is also. Until I know so government share transportation. Now, I'm what Abosokai as a spare parts who know. Government did bar at the end of your tax for harbor and others more. Now, so you need to be facilities say, a rich man should also obey a loan with the low interest. You need to it's individual affairs. Oko banga, Obetuaga say, may do so correct as individual. 120 years, what you cry and what you actually. Until Abano so on come back because so far as Yeni Abana any government will be your tax. Into conscious of everyone with that, you be incentive here, 1 high. So be a good say, open up monomo banks in the not true accounts, we are very good a year. Now returns in your good not come alone. I am back high. I'm here to me, no man to go. I see it this way. Yet, so and yes, sir. They say, you're constantly consequently, Quintia. I never now can say, a year go people of Ghana. Yes, sir, say, on she in equal education onshore. Or promises this year, first year for tertiary, and almost canoe, almost the Bemon. But me yanti because me Bekobi. Yeah, a Bibia, me and Bibia, my. I also call a year a great members kukua. From olden days, you have a plan and I'm doing kukusa. Say, Bibi Abba, now Abba say here. On sanction of ghosts, we were catching say, oh, Tiswa. What Mama Tias say? It is all better to there. And send Chim Papa Eba. And I answer, woman, grace will also say, now, Quinty, with the Miama and Hamade, the amount will be next year. They are no way you see. And I also have been. Until no more will be say, at least the council and whatever is almost transi. Now, I'm doing you know, now because you're back with you're very good economist. Yet, I see what tabletop from that to we jump to the store. If you store honor, but say because when you wholesale, you are starting importing. So, about show no the end of you know, not answer on your shade that or more bro Ghana that Obian Kaino, not why you're successful. Into Abano, yes, say, Wabi, you need now boom. No, you be I need you, no more course I say, Obershay, now Australia, yes, anybody say, anybody Kasubum. Mr. Kakra, meet me. I can.
Yeah, that's it. So, essentially, what he's saying is. However, he thinks the government can do so much more in making sure that the tax that GRA is charging of 20% on the goods that they import should addresses other national issues as well. Let's also engage. Hello, what is your name? Please come towards me.
All right, that was Noura Mohammed there live at Abosokai speaking to some of our spare parts dealers on the state of the nation from their perspective and the expectations of government. And from the beginning, their PRO says that they are not expecting much because they're happy with the way things are generally in respect of the inflation rate and the cost of dealing in their wares in spare parts. However, they would like for the import duties to reduce because that is a problem for them currently. And because it's a free market, you really cannot determine how much who sells their wares for. People will sell at whatever price that they want to, but the import duties ought to reduce so that it will make trading a little easier or less burdensome for spare parts operators in Abosokai. We also apologize for the glitches there in the transmission. It's a live transmission, and so sometimes these things happen, but we were able to hear and understand exactly what the spare parts dealers were trying to put across. Tomorrow, we'll move to another location and we'll continue to bring you these episodes until Friday, which is the day we'll hear from the president as he delivers his constitutionally mandated responsibility to deliver the State of the Nation's address to Parliament, on the floor of Parliament, to the hearing of all Ghanaians. Well, still to come, if it's your birthday today, we're wishing you a very happy birthday, but 2026 is the year to travel, to explore and experience more. Global Wings Travel and Tours, in partnership with Media General, invites all of us to experience the very best of Malaysia and Singapore. From April this year, enjoy 9 unforgettable days with return flights, luxury hotels in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore, daily meals, your visa facilitation, city tours, pretty much everything you can ask for on a trip like this. We're making it possible, and we're asking you to come with us here at Media General. I'll be on that trip, and so I hope to see you there. We're going to Malaysia, we're going to Singapore. Make your dream of traveling to these countries a reality. Give us a call or WhatsApp us on 055 0188 181 or 055 368 396 today and book your slots. Slots are limited, so book now. Now to our birthday celebrants. If it's your birthday today, we're wishing you a very happy birthday. Happy birthday going out to you, Cornelius Tegan, from your brother, Professor Callistus Tegan, and the entire family. Happy birthday also going out to Wenzel, Nana, Kwonu. You are a true gift to everyone around you. You're the best in everything. You're mommy's boyfriend forever. And also shouts from Uncle and Danny here in the studio going out to you, little one. Enjoy your day. Why did you take my little boy? All right, enjoy your day, my dear. Enjoy your day, Nana. All right, also to Dr. Albert Redu Ako. Happy birthday to you, sir. Enjoy your day from your children and your grandchildren. You're a grandpa. Wow. Happy birthday. Wow, wow. Okay, next. To Joyce Asa Atiemu of J Mart Kids, Amasaman. Going out to you from Eric here at TV3. Happy birthday to you, Auntie Joyce. Apostle General Reverend Sam Koranchi Ankra. It's your birthday today. Wow. Happy birthday to you, Apostle General. From Lady Dickness, Nanama Dankwa Smith, and children going out to you. And for all Ghanaians, really, all Ghanaians going out to you, Apostle General Reverend Sam Koranchi Ankra. Happy birthday to you, sir. Enjoy your day. Also going out to Jade Boachi Yadom. May you grow in wisdom and in knowledge of God. We love you dearly, Jade. Happy birthday. Alexander Chumberima, God bless you. From all your loved ones going out to you. Lawrence Osei Esquire, best wishes from GSTS 1999 alumni to you. Happy birthday, Eyuram Dramedo. Grow to be the professional rescuer that you want to become. Oh, that's a boy with a kind heart. Happy birthday to you. And to Dorothy Dede Kwao. God bless you with endless happiness from the Akoto and Kwao family. Okoto and Kwao family to you. Happy birthday, Dr. Albert Redu Ako. God bless you from your children and grandchildren. I think we've seen you already, sir. A different picture. All right, happy birthday, sir. Ethel Amankwa, we're wishing you the very best of life. Enjoy your day. From your dad, Mr. Richard Amankwa, to you. Also to Daniel Quay, Senior ICT Assistant, University of Education, Winneba ICT Department. God bless you, sir. Ooh, that's a cool picture. Angelina Opoku Ejepong. Happy birthday to you. And to Odifo Nana Owusu Amoye of Calvary YF. Happy birthday to you, sir. Isaac Papayao is so happy birthday to you, sir. God bless you. Hello, Lordina Diketeria. You're 3 years old today. Happy birthday, Lordina. God bless you. And to Samira Abdul Aziz Esquire, Deputy CEO of the Ghana Enterprise Agency. God bless you abundantly. And it's from Ellie Klim, going out to you. Joycelyn, wishing you peace and grace from Portia. Happy birthday. Look at this little one. Joshua, wishing you God's blessings from the entire family. Happy birthday, Joshua. Evelyn Amma Adade Eche, happy birthday to you. From Mr. Soa. Mr. Soa, is this your friend? Happy birthday to you. Oh, our former sound man's wife. Right. Here at TV3. All right. Happy birthday. Also to you, Eric Selassie. Eric Selassie, happy birthday to you. Mavis, God bless you for coming into my life. Emmanuel Osei is sending this out to you, Mavis. Enjoy. Tracy Akosia Jabeng, God bless your new age. Cheers to greatness from Mr. Ambrose to you. Bernard Kwame Amwa, cheers to another year. God bless you. Happy birthday. Bernard and Bismarck, have a fruitful year ahead. Keep being amazing. All right. Happy birthday to Hansen Acquaintance, the National Petroleum Authority of National Petroleum Authority. God bless you abundantly from all your friends and family going out to you. You're a big man, very big man, Mr. Hansen. We all celebrate you today. God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right. Mrs. Adum Kafui Awadada. Okay. You are 50, what, 50? What? 50 years for where? Wow. Mrs. Adum Kafui Awadada. Such a beautiful woman. God bless you. From your entire family and all your loved ones, we wish you a very wonderful day and a wonderful year. You're such a beautiful woman. Wow. Enjoy your 50th. More grace. All right, that's our last birthday celebrant for the morning. But if it's your birthday and we didn't wish you a happy birthday on air, we love you. Enjoy your day, all right? Now, are you in Ghana and are you ready for something amazing? Because on Monday, the 2nd of March, Media General is throwing an open invitation to all of you for our Ghana month here at our Ghana village at Adisawe here at TV3. Enjoy culture, enjoy food, music, our wonderful community. We're excited to invite you to join us on air, online, TV, radio, everywhere. So just come. Feel free to come. Come enjoy the movement here at Ghana Month celebrations, our grand opening on the 2nd of March at the TV3 Ghana Village at Desawe in Accra. It's the ultimate positive Ghana experience. We hope to see you here. All right, and that's it for this morning. Thank you for joining us. We're back on your TV tomorrow morning with another edition of TV3 Newday. My name is Na Ashoko. I've been here today with Roland Walker. This show is produced by Anita and Shadrach. And special thanks to our director in studio, Director Harriet, and the team in the control room. Shouts to our team in studio, Evans, Mr. Soa, Uncle and Danny. The one and only. And to the entire team that worked on the show today, we appreciate you. Thank you for always showing up at 5 a.m. every morning to give us a good show. Now, before we go, if you're ready to scratch and win and live your dreams, reveal Scratch for Win. It's here to change your life. All you have to do is dial *850*3# and stand the chance to win up to 1 million Ghana cedis. And it's easy, it's exciting, and it's live. It's regulated by the National Lottery Authority. Just dial *850*3# or visit scratchforwin.com to play now. It's easy. All you have to do is simply dial *850*3# across all networks. Then select your preferred stake amount between 5 cedis and 2,000 cedis. Then choose your lucky card out of 5 exciting options. Then confirm your selection and enter your Momo PIN to retrieve your game results and winnings instantly. It's easy and it's fun, and I invite you to participate. My name is Nash Shokor. I've been on the show today with Roland Walker. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of our programs. Bye-bye.